So today is May 20th, 2018, and this is Module 2 for Whale and Dolphin Energy Light Medicine. And I've told the class to go ahead and unmute themselves so we can say hello. There is a lot of background noise, so I guess we'll unmute one at a time because I want you guys to have a chance to say hello to everybody. So yeah, go ahead. See if I can get the room managed here. I'm going to mute everybody because of the background noise. Good. Okay, so let's start up here at the top. There's Anne. Again, I still don't see your face, but we'd love to hear from you. I just want everybody to say hi, and we're going to go around the room, and you can say whatever you'd like to say about Whale School so far, and you know what you'd like to say about the future. Hopefully everybody got their manuals in the mail, and people are here in person, got theirs in person. So, and the people in the other countries got theirs through the PDF. So hopefully everybody got that, which is good. Before we start just talking amongst ourselves, the private webpage link will be sent to you probably Monday afternoon or evening, and the new YouTubes will be up with also the PDF manual so you can access it. So, oh, it looks like a whale eye there. So Anne, can we see your face though so you can say hello? Okay, I'm not getting any response from Anne. Okay, let's go over to Candace. Can you unmute yourself and say hello to everybody?
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good, really good.
Good, good.
Yeah. What would you like us to share?
Oh, I just want to say welcome back.
Back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't. My whole life has now shifted. I don't really fully know what the future is bringing, but I think I might be moving to Vermont.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that because of your work?
Well, my friend invited me. I went up there for what I thought was going to be work, but it turned into me going with my friend, and she invited me to come live on her farm with her.
Wow.
And she has 2 horses. And
oh, can we come?
And she has 2 horses and pigs and 2 cows and cats and dogs and
wow.
like 100 or more acres. And
wow.
she invited me to come live with her. And her
100 or more acres, yeah.
So I'm gonna be, and we're gonna make hay, and I'm just gonna
make hay. You know, Mother Earth will probably help a little.
What?
That's great.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I think that's
good.
what the future is bringing. So
good. Yeah. Well, you'll take the whales with you. That's good.
For sure.
Good. Welcome, though. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Okay. I still don't see Anne's face, so I'm going to go to Carolyn. Carolyn, you want to unmute yourself and say hi and just share anything you like? No pressure, but just want everybody to have a chance to speak. And we're all going to be really close friends these next 3 months. There's 20 of us, and some people are taking it for personal reasons, and some people are taking it to become professional healers, but we're all just going to be really close. So, okay, Carolyn?
Okay, fantastic. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to start this session with the dolphins, especially. And I've been trying it out on people, and like great responses from everybody. So I'm really excited.
Good, good. Oh, and I have good news about Bimini. Basically, we're not at this point changing the dates. The Silver Airline thinks, our captain thinks that they'll change their date. So I need to get that confirmed. So
okay.
don't worry about it, but I'll be in touch with you.
Perfect. Thank you so
Bimini.
much.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, welcome from the UK. Yay. You want to unmute yourself? Can't hear you. So here, let me see if I can.
Is that me?
You got it. Yeah. Yeah. Just say hi.
Hi. Yeah. Hi. I didn't realize that was me you were pointing at. Yeah, I'm really excited to start this next session. Got all the manual stuff through yesterday, and it's like, whoa, so much in it again.
Yeah, this one's bigger. I was telling the girls when they came into the living room this morning that the dolphins would still be riding. They had no intention of letting me go. They'd just be riding and riding. I said they want to make it like a university of dolphin wisdom, you know.
Yeah.
So, but we're going to scratch the surface of it.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm really excited about that. And yeah, as you know, I've already shifted a lot myself, and the whales seem to be working through my sound healing. So, and I'm getting some amazing responses from that with people. So that's even one step.
I loved your email about your sound healing. That's wonderful.
I'm being totally led by the whales. I'm
Yeah,
trusting,
totally.
and that's what. And other people are also picking up the whales and getting quite great experiences. So
Wonderful. Well, welcome
Yeah.
to class. Welcome to Dolphin School. So let's go to Floyd. Hi, Floyd. Good to see you.
Hello, everyone. I greet you. So I guess I'm supposed to say something. I'm glad to be here. Glad to be connected, still be part of it. I don't know what all to say.
Well, we're excited you're here.
Yeah, I lost one of my. I lost a holy man recently with a Dogon, or this one was Mosey holy man that I recently lost. So I have a total of 4 Dogon holy men that I've worked with. I saw in the PDF, I just looked and saw that you had reference to that. I've worked with 4 of the now
Yep.
5. There's a 5th one that's working with me now. And the other, I'm working with the Mosey, the tribe, the Moray tribe. And a holy man recently died with that. I'm just finished up with these funeral arrangements, taking care of all that. And then I still have to work to build a shrine for him. So my work is pretty involved between Africa and here, everything that's going on. I've been working with a few people as well, personal sessions with people, and I'm planning on doing more of that. So thank you.
Good. Well, you're welcome. Happy to have you here.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Kate, welcome. Kate? There she is.
Hi,
How are
Lori.
you? Hi, how are you?
Great. Yeah, I'm loving this work. It's making huge changes in my life, and I'm very grateful for it. So happy to be here for Module 2.
Good, good. And I've been enjoying your emails too, so I know you're doing some heavy duty lifting over there. Good, welcome. Hey, Brenda, how are you, Brenda? Good to see you. We got to get you unmuted. There, I got it. No, it's making you do it. Sorry, you're gonna have to do it. Touchy.
So it's been like the other students are saying, just absolutely amazing what's going on.
Okay,
and
just pause for a minute, and I'm
and-
gonna see if I can turn up my volume, okay? Because we can build. Okay, now talk. Go ahead, Brenda.
Let me get, maybe, is that better? Okay, so what's been happening here is still some of the vibrations in my body have been going on, but the most amazing thing that shocked me, I was singing to, we call each other Whale Carol and Whale Brenda, but Whale Carol Klingbeil,
Yeah.
a song that I had written to put into my next whale message music that's needed for that. And it's a song called Ascend. And as I was singing it quietly because it was nighttime and I have a lot of neighbors around. And all of a sudden, my power of my voice, the volume tripled. And I didn't change any muscles or anything in my diaphragm. The volume tripled.
Wow.
And Carol heard it. So I have a witness. And then before or after, it was closely around that time, I was shown, as I was singing, a yellow circle. So I figured that meant sing through my solar chakra. And I started doing that. And now I've got all this bass to my voice that I've never had. And I'm 50, almost 59 on next Friday. Got all this vibrato and bass. And another person had given me 4 notes during Reiki on my throat chakra, so I can actually sing now.
Wow.
It's incredible.
Well, that's I would say a minor to major miracle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Wells, huh?
I'd say it's a miracle on the major side. Yeah.
Well, remember, they're
My
the
dog
ultimate
says
sound healers, so they would activate that part of you, you know? Awesome.
It was just crazy. So I asked my friend on put out there, does anybody else have this experience? And a friend of mine in Australia who is like the rest of us in this school, she's like, I have. It happened a couple of times whilst camping with some friends. So it's just the neatest. I don't know if it'll ever happen again, but. And then just major changes of being able to deal with people. That's my biggest problem is I have anger issues. I want everybody to be like me, and I'm letting that go.
Good, because you really don't. The beauty of the world is the diversity, right? That we're not cookie cutters, Yeah. Well, good, Brenda. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing. Good share. Jan, are you there? Would you like to share?
Thanks.
Go ahead and unmute yourself, and we can barely see you. You can see your.
Yes, I know. It's the way my computer sits, and I can't make it do better.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm real excited to get this started. I have had a lot of physical stuff going on with myself, and so like I have a rib that's out, and I can't get it to go in, and so anyway, it's very interesting because when it hurts real bad, it's like I have a knife stuck in my back.
Wow.
And so anyway, but I just know it's all part of what's the process that I need to go to be able to carry more light in my body. So, and somebody else said something about the vibration. I have like a constant vibration in my body. Constant.
Well, I'm going to say I'm very hopeful for the dolphin work to work with the pain in all of our bodies, if there's any, because it's very specific. Where the whales are the overlighting presence of, like a deity, like God, it's bliss. They don't really want to talk about your lunch or what your career is. They want to talk about love and just the vibration of being well in general. The dolphins get very specific, and it's going to be very intuitive and very personal, which is because they're really us in the future. Remember, they really are. The cetaceans are, a race of beings that came to help seed the earth. So I think they'll be very helpful for that. And for you guys are going to have to get really open and honest with when you start working on each other with specific things, because this is where they can target it. Okay?
Oh,
really
wonderful.
Good. Yeah, I think you're going to be really happy with it. And then the Andara crystals can take a deeper presence in your life, because I say, for me now, in my limited understanding of Andaras, they can help you be pain-free. They can really help you if your emotional body's ready to release the old crap, And that's where we're going. That's why we're here, is we're the way showers. We're the ones to do that first so we can help others, right?
Yes.
Yeah, good job. Good, Jen. Okay, Kate, you shared. Cindy, would you like to share? Say hello to everybody. Cindy's been working with me. She's doing some great work. Cindy, are you there? You just want to unmute your button if you're there. Okay, well, I'll come back to you. Hopefully you'll say hello. Okay, Karen from Australia is on the phone. I think it's like 3 a.m. there, but she's dedicated. Karen, would you say hello? I could help you unmute, maybe. I can try. There you go. Are you there, Karen? Okay. All right. Well, you guys that, if you end up wanting to say hello, please do, as we welcome you, of course, into the class. I'm going to go back up to Anne, and hopefully she'll say hello and show her face. Anne, are you there? Okay. All right. We have the silent participants. That's okay. So I just want to welcome everybody. I want to welcome Ross O'Brien from Australia into the class. He's obviously doing most of it online. I want to welcome Karen. She's here. Jane from the UK. Cindy from Canada. Floyd from Ventura. Carolyn from Canada. Oh, you guys, get up here. Come on. God, I'm looking right at the people in the room. They didn't even get to go yet. One of you come on up. Forgot our local gals here.
Good morning, everybody. Want to say good morning? Happy everybody's here. Hi, Floyd. Hi. Okay, next. Hello, this is Reet. I had to leave Puda's blanket to come over here, so she's reclaiming it. Just welcome. Excited.
Okay. So the other people that are not all able to be here today is Joni Mack. She just flew in from Hawaii. I think I got a text from her about midnight. She was still in San Francisco. So she's probably sleeping, and then we'll catch up. Scarlett may be on her way. Welcome, Scarlett, to the class. And Helen Kogan. Helen Kogan does most of this online, but actually will be coming here to my home in a couple of weeks. And we welcome Helen to the class. Carol Klingberger, I hope I'm saying your name right. Carol's been a dedicated participant, and she had a hospice situation, I think, today with her brother. So let's send out some prayers to her and her family, and know that she'll catch up in the class. Barbara, I don't see Barbara. Barbara Nell, I know she has a situation with her mom who's been in the hospital. So again, let's send out some prayers to Barbara Nell and her mom. And Anne, I know I see her here on the screen, but hello, Anne, and thank you for joining. Carrie Godfrey, welcome, Carrie. She's not here today online. And Lan Lu. Okay, so altogether there's 20. I think everybody's been welcomed. Please forgive me if I didn't mention your name. We're so excited to have our new pod of 20, which is 2/3 of our original class, which is pretty good. People doing their work. I'm really excited. So I thought we'd start out by really raising the vibration together before we open the space. I have this beautiful YouTube, which is, maybe some of you seen it. It just came out. It's about Mother Earth. It's just beautiful in the whales. So I'm going to share this. Yeah?
I just wanted to say hi. I wasn't trying to hide from you. I was in the other room when you called my name doing something. But I just wanted to say hi. I am here watching, and I don't put myself on video because I like to sit in my relaxing chair, my massage chair, and you don't, from the way that's set up, you can't see my face. So
okay,
my apologies, but it's for my body comfort.
Okay. Hi, Cindy.
Hi. Happy to be here. Awesome. Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Great. I appreciate you saying hello. Okay. We are going to try to put this YouTube on. Here we go. I think you're going to like it. I'm sorry, my weird noises, but I need to get to my YouTube folder. Song for the Ocean. I really enjoyed this, and I think you guys will too. Good opening for us today.
Children of the earth, I'm calling out. There's a mission for you and for me. You see, our mother, she has been suffering, and the truth is told beneath the sea. So raise your voices, sing like ocean waves crashing to the shore. This is our song for the ocean. Mother Earth, we are calling your name. We know you're taken for granted, but we stand here committed to change. The voices of children are singing towards tomorrow's horizon they gaze. your voices sing like thunder, strength in harmony. This is our song for the ocean. Mother Earth, we are calling your name. We know you're taken for granted, but we stand here committed to change. The voices of children are singing towards tomorrow's horizon they gaze. Oh, this is our song for the ocean. Give us This is our song for the ocean. Mother Earth, we are calling your name. We know you're taken for granted, but we stand here committed to change. The voices of children are singing towards tomorrow's horizon they gaze. Oh, this is our song for the ocean. Give us strength. Oh, this is our song for the ocean. Give us strength. Give us strength.
I have to figure out how to stop it here. Still didn't do it. Hold on here. Hope you like that. It just keeps going if you don't stop it. So, all right. There we go. I'm getting better at this. Isn't that awesome? Really, really good. You want me to turn the heat on? You're okay? All wrapped in blankets. Yeah, yeah. My other cat, Sam, is here, and he's just come through kind of a health situation. He's getting better, so he's decided to join the class. Hi, Sam. Okay, so I'd like everyone to go into their hearts now, and I'm going to open the sacred space. I think that was a good, precursor for that. So. We drop down now into beautiful Gaia, grounding ourselves, using a beautiful spiraling energy as we use the energy of our heart to connect to the heart of Gaia. And here at the Omnidimensional Mystery School, we go down 3.3 miles to the apex of center below, where our grid is. And by now, you guys have established a grid where you live. Please do the same to wherever that is. Anchor your light. And today, let's say hello to the elementals: earth, air, fire, water. Let's welcome in the beautiful Endar crystals and other crystals that are helping us with our vibration. And let's make a special connection in our heart today for the element of fire. As most of you know, the ring of fire has been activated now on our planet. It's full blown over there in Hawaii. And we could ask now for our energy to work in alignment with how Mother Earth is expressing all that she is through fire. So we're not telling her not to express, we're just asking that it be done in alignment with, without causing a lot of heartache or loss of homes or life to people. And again, it's not just in Hawaii, it's, there's a lot of activity in Yellowstone and different places of fire, where there's lava under the earth throughout, all over the planet. So just see yourself now joining in the energy that the whales use when they circle the grid to add our energy to work alongside them for the most benevolent outcome and the highest and best good as fire expresses itself. Let's bring that energy up into our hearts and move very much into the positive frequency of fire, which is passion. It's the ignition of your creative force. And it's a beautiful day for us as we start this new journey together to ignite our own fire into passion and really wanting to merge with the dolphin frequencies and understand their wisdom, their ability to heal, and just their great joy. And let's rise up now to the apex of center above, connecting now to the angelic realm, to Father God, to your Akashic records. It's connecting. Breathe that energy down through the unity breath into your heart space. And again, I'm going to start to the south, and today we'll use the cetaceans to anchor the grid. I still have many, many orca whales here that are helping me with the creation of this manual and this format. They've been largely helpful in writing this. Looking forward to meeting them in June up in San Juan Island. And the pilot whales, the beautiful pilot whales that work with us, and we got to see them physically in March when we were in Hawaii. Beautiful frequency that they bring. The south is now open. Take a deep breath. We turn to the east, and we have our beautiful Bella, our beautiful ambassador whale that holds that healing light for us. There's an ambassador for all of the humpback whales that are here to heal humanity and balance us. We welcome that energy. The east is now open. Aho. To the north now, that big, beautiful, magical blue whale, the largest whale on the planet. We're so happy to say now the blue whales have arrived here in Southern California. We'll be here throughout the summer. And what a joy. I'm headed out to see them next week. Largest whale, bigger than the biggest dinosaurs. Someone had just sent me a picture of the blue whale's heart. I think it's about 600 pounds. Feel that overlighting presence. It's an electromagnetic alignment when we connect to the blues. The north is now open. And to the west now, let's welcome our dolphin guides. Let's welcome the frequency of the many species of dolphins. And bring in the council of the ascended dolphins that we'll be working with. And see those columns of light now making the walls of light, and see yourself in a beautiful prismatic, pearlescent, rainbow iridescent octahedron. Welcoming in all of the beings now that you work with personally, your masters and teachers. I'm calling in Master Cat Buddha, Samuel, and Voltaire, who work with me. Calling in the Christ energy. I feel a huge presence this week with Master Jesus, Mother Mary, and all of those beautiful Arcturian beings that are here. Archangel Raphael is here. Just bring him in. Beautiful. From the middle now of your heart space, connecting down once more to the apex of center below, we welcome the gray whales as they hold the presence of Mother Gaia and the flow of light up into our octahedron. And we rise up to center above, and we welcome the council of the 13 white whales. And center within in your own heart space once again. I have Zadkiel and Saint Germain here. We welcome you. Our sacred space is open. Namaste. All right. How's everybody feeling? Ready to go? Kind of blissed out? They're all going. Okay. So we're going to go to the manual. Okay. And love to, as always before, we'll have some sharing. Quick announcement is page 63 really needs to be in color. Here it is, because it's a color chart of the rainbow that we'll be using later on. So I have these for you guys. I'm passing them out etherically to you guys. Okay. I'll put them on the chair. Oh, Buddha's in the tent. Okay. All right. So I'll start out. Going to say once again, please know whether you're seeking to become a professional healer and become certified in this work, or you're just called to work on yourself with the amazing whales and dolphins. You are truly honored. The love and support we receive from the whales and dolphins is beyond what we can make known in this dimension, but we are prepared to allow ourselves to grow and expand in our abilities to be a true wisdom teacher for the whales and dolphins, representing them at the highest and best way possible with our beautiful meditations and messages that are educating the world. Secondly, a powerful and grounded facilitator, practitioner for their healing templates and processes. Now, we can't overestimate the importance of staying grounded. And number three, a powerful channel for their personal and collective words of wisdom for ourselves and for our clients. So we're delighted to support you in the training and practice of the work, and we're now beginning with the dolphin and with the dolphins in human DNA. This is a very intimate and personal journey into your deep core issues and buried emotions. As we become willing to own every thought, word, and deed that we have had, we can come to a place of conscious creation where there is no shame or judgment. So we'll just pause there. We want to start getting rid of words like I can't, or it's hard, or I don't want to, or anything that limits you, because that's where those emotions are buried. You've trained yourself to say things like that because, that's how, again, we've talked about how, at least here in North America, we feel that the schools and the public systems and stuff are all about competition and survival. And a lot of our school systems have taught you that, and it isn't true. It's a lie, it's a myth. Okay? So we want to move out of shame and judgment and limitation by changing the way we think and certainly the way we speak. So moving on in the letter, as we interact with each other and our clients, we actively move into the mastery of practicing observation over judgment. That's really important. From this place, we will be able to clearly observe where there are physical, mental, or emotional blocks. We will expand in our energy fields, abstaining from fear and judgment. We will move beyond feeling small or not worthy or not capable into overcoming every challenge and embracing our ability to be unlimited. Working with the dolphin consciousness and community, we embrace a deep inner journey into your mastery from lifetimes past on this world and before Earth. It is all there in the DNA, which is the code for all that you are, all that you have been, and all that you can become. Working with dolphins, it can become observed with clarity and support abounding. It is a gentle way of healing. I love that part of it. They are gentle, but so ever so revealing. The dolphins remind us in every way that solution energy is within us, and it is not that far to stretch to find it and bring it in. Module 2 will also assist those that are seeking a way to become a very supportive coach and a healer combined. It is so wonderful to see how powerful the dolphins are when they come in to assist us in the most deeply personal way, and yet so gentle. You are each dearly loved and supported in this work, and I am grateful you are here. And that is so true. So you'll see that when you get into this, particularly layer 2 and so forth with the DNA, you can be there really as a facilitator for coaching or whatever you want to call it, supporting people beyond just healing. Okay, so it's up to you. So I hesitated with this message, but I ended up putting it in because they asked me to. The whales are still, of course, participating. You want to come up, Sam? Look over here. So this is back from the great whales, and they really want to share it with you. Beloved ones, congratulations. You have passed the initiatory stage of working with our rites of passage. You are now encoded and designed to assist those that desire to align with their true purpose. You are able to work in partnership with us, to lift everyone into expanded states of perception, no matter their current level of consciousness. There are those of you that are fully prepared to endure this quickened pace and realize a holy emergence as you facilitate our healing sessions. Others will participate to deepen certain understandings or to accelerate clearings and internal activations. We are working with you on all levels and dimensions. Your varying levels of consciousness are contained within a higher vibrating group matrix. This matrix can be raised to directly experience heightened levels of awareness. The key to integration is to remain with the group energy field, even when you are physically alone. This will allow you to continue to access the energy where you can expand and still stabilize at an accelerated pace. The message is to tell you to remain connected as you are so guided, as you will benefit from future initiatory experiences that will be created from your pure loving intention, connected to the Great White Whale Council. We are further defining the emerging God race of humans as we demonstrate the most important characteristics of living in global harmony, peace, and fifth dimensional conscious living. Our combined energies are assisting in creating a progressive emergence of a group harmonic that has the potential to ripple out through the unified field, catalyzing a dynamic upshift in unity consciousness. Together, joined in love, we will assist many humans on the road to self-mastery. Be well and know that you are dearly loved. We are the Great White Whale Council. So it's a good one, huh?
Yeah. So how do we call in the connection?
Reed just said, how do we call it in? So I don't think you have to call it in. You have to just acknowledge it. You have to just connect to it. I like to see, when I think of the white whales, I like to see in my mind's eye a picture of the crystalline grid. Can you visualize that, you guys? Anybody like to see a picture of it, or can you? Let me see if I can bring one up. So while I'm doing that, let's see if I can talk at the same time. Might work. Pretty sure I have great pictures in a handy spot. We'll see. Okay, my little partner's telling me where they are. Let's see if I can get it right. Since they're here, there we are. She's right. Let me take a look. Did it come up? Okay, you guys can see it, so take a look for a minute, and then we lost the TV signal here. You do F4. Everybody see that? A little picture, but you can kind of get the sense of it. Yeah? Okay. So I believe that the whales are the keepers of the grid. We've talked about that. You know, they swim the grids, the magnetic grid, the crystalline grid. They're a part of it, specifically the humpback whales and their etheric bodies. So when we connect to the whales through this matrix of energy, you're already in your higher self have a place within the grid. And I guess at some point we're going to talk more about that, have a good meditation for that. But you are in your higher self already there on the grid. And so when we go there and our human self or that part of us connects to them, you're also connecting now to this matrix that the white whales have. They call it the initiatory rites of passage. So I don't think we have to make it complicated. I just think we have to use our intention and just a thought, and you're there. And you're connected. So they're saying that we're creating a collective energy in this class that's benefiting everything and everyone. So yeah, kind of nice, huh? It's more powerful. I mean, we always have known that. It's just in our little, I don't like to use the word little, but in our little self here, we start to think of the word limitation. But there is no limitation. The limitation is only here. It's an illusion. We're vast and untapped, you know, in our resources. And the whales are even more vast and untapped than us because they're awake. So access it. It's a good thing. Okay, let me call on you guys. Either one of you want to read? You like read? You can say no.
Sure. We're
Up here.
page 4.
Yeah.
On page 4.
Yeah. We're just not going to let you go, huh? Okay. Well,
Without the baby, I
mhm.
can't do anything. That was a good. Hi, baby.
I can't go. I have a baby. Okay, we're going to share, guys. Here's Mariah. A lot.
Okay. Page 4. Who are the dolphins? Dolphin message. The dolphins are the ambassadors and embodiments of joy. They represent the positive feeling and emotional states of happiness, passion, love, joy, family, and purpose. They are ambassadors to humanity, assisting us in finding and living those qualities within ourselves. When you connect to the dolphins, they ask each of us to go within and to find that special place within our hearts. They ask us to connect with the divinity within ourselves and truly connect with our souls. They remind us that the soul is the consciousness that we incarnated from and that which we will ultimately return to. Our physical bodies are just an expression of that part of us that embodies a higher power and consciousness. Our souls want nothing more of us in the physical than for us to be happy and live a joyful and magical life. It is only through creating joyful feelings can we achieve a higher vibration and can truly connect to and communicate with our higher selves. So the dolphin's message is quite simply to become aware of how easy it is to monitor our thought forms and just choose to change them if we find our thoughts anything other than joyful. Simple but profound. Remember to think it is to create. Remember to think is to create, and we are the creators and co-creators of the world in which we live. May you find great joy, love, and joy in your heart each day and find a way to share it with another.
So you can see that one was one of my early messages when I started writing down the channels. None of those words have changed. They're all still applicable. So let's move into Dolphin message on communication and healing. And let's have somebody online volunteer to read. Okay, Brenda? You have to unmute. Yeah, good girl.
Dolphin message on communication and healing. We are the dolphins. We are unified, synchronized, and communicative. We seek to connect with you when you are ready to help you remember. In truth, we know each other well. You are playing a human part, and we are each playing a dolphin part. What that means is that you already know everything we know within yourself, but you agreed to forget so that the process of remembering and taking back your power would be a journey. This journey of remembering not only helps you, but it helps many, many others as well. When the souls agree to forget the universal truths during their time on earth and form, our Creator knew you would need a lot of help. We, the dolphins, are playing that part for you. We are ascended beings of light and love and have already accomplished everything you can imagine. There's nothing for us to do or be that we have not done as members of cetacean nations. We willingly offered to come here to the oceans of planet Earth in this time frame to be the ambassadors of joy for humanity. We also volunteered to be the ultimate healers for those that remember more about us and choose to seek us out for their healing. If our message seems vague or confused, it's not meant to be. We know there is some trust involved on your part in hearing a woman channel our voices. But we remind you that any one of you can channel us or speak with us if you choose it. You simply need to raise your vibration and ask for it. Then there will be some practice involved so that our communications can become clear in your vessel. We tell you that we are waiting to communicate with you. We are also waiting for more of you to call us into your physical world, to offer you healing energy and calibrations of the highest vibration. Dolphins have never in all of our history been known to attack a man, even when man tries to make him. The dolphin will resist until his death. This superior behavior points to a very evolved being that is superior, sentient beyond mankind.
Thank you. Super sentient. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm getting a noise in my ear when I was reading this. It's like,
Well, there you go. You've made contact.
it's like a moth sound, almost like it's a moth. Have you ever had that?
Yes, and I have also high-pitched ringings when I'm working with them.
Yeah, I've had
Yeah.
a moth.
Used to always be in my left ear. Now it's in both ears. Usually not at the same time, though.
And so,
But then you can't say whatever's happening to you or me is going to be how other people receive it. But yeah, they do often come in a high-pitched ring.
and now that my whole head is getting just a sound, like walking down the street, my head is just going.
You put on the dolphin helmet. I am now receiving your communications. Isn't that a good affirmation? I am now receiving your communications. I'm now receiving your communications.
And it's 5150.
Yeah. Yeah. So I thought that was an interesting statement that they've been known. This is from John, that last little statement, I think, come from mostly from John Lilly's work. But experiments, God forbid, that we would try to get a dolphin to hurt us, like to antagonize them, like a dog or something in a cage and hitting it with a stick or something. They absolutely will not hurt you. So same with whales. Yeah, they even tried shocking them. It's hard for me to talk about it, but yeah, they'd rather leave their body than hurt someone. So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty amazing. So it's a lot to be said for holding the peace. You have to understand, though, when you get to that level, you have complete understanding of karma, and you're not going to create any. You're just not going to do it. You're just never going to lower your vibration, and you're not going to create karma, which you would do if you injured another, or you hurt another.
Turn the other fin,
Turn the other. It's a really good one. Good. Okay, so we're all going to get used to kind of sharing and reading. Candace, would you like to read? Would you read about the species? You have to unmute, sweetie. Thank you.
Species of dolphins. The family
Delphinidae. Delphinidae.
The family Delphinidae is comprised of 26 species of dolphins and porpoises and orcas. All dolphins are toothed whales. We will explore a few of the species that have demonstrated their willingness to interact with humans and calibrate our DNA.
Okay, just pause for a minute. That statement comes from me, because I'm sure there are other species of dolphins in the world that I haven't had a chance to interact with that would love to help you. Okay, so please don't think that they're limited to these species, but I'm speaking from personal experience. Okay? Okay, Candace, keep going.
About the dolphin. Dolphins travel in social groups called pods and communicate with each other by a complex system of squeaks and whistles. They communicate in many ways, including snapping their jaws, slapping their tails on the surface of the water, blowing bubbles, and even butting heads. Each dolphin has a specific whistle that it creates soon after it is born. The whistle is used for identification, just like a human's name. Dolphins also produce high-frequency clicks, which act as a sonar system called echolocation.
Right, echolocation. Yeah.
Echolocation. Dolphins track their prey through the expert use of echolocation. They can make up to 1,000 clicking noises per second. These sounds travel underwater until they encounter objects, then bounce back to their dolphin senders, revealing the location, size, and shape of their target. Dolphins have a sharp sense of hearing. Scientists believe that the sounds travel through the dolphin's lower jaw to its inner ear and then are transmitted to the brain for analysis. Dolphins are very social and playful mammals and form friendships that last decades. They like to surf in the waves and wakes of boats and swim through the self-made bubble ring. Dolphins have been known to come to the aid of an injured dolphin and help it to the surface, and there are many stories of how dolphins have come to assist humans as well. Humans are the main predators for dolphins as they are threatened by commercial fishing for other species like tuna and can become mortally entangled in nets.
Thank you. Yeah. So that's the main thing here in Southern California is the nets that kills the dolphins and the smaller whales too. So our captains up here in Dana Point are always, sending out email about cutting the tangled nets off the whales and the dolphins. So they've been very successful. They have the right equipment now, and they have an alert system when somebody sees a whale or somebody that's got the net hanging, pulling on them. They get right out there and try to free them. And mostly they've been successful. So, but we have a lot of work to do, on the planet regarding our nets. So Carolyn, would you like to read? You can say no. There's no pressure at all. Absolutely none.
Okay, I will.
That isn't just for you. That's for everybody. If I call on you and you don't want to read, just say pass. But would you like to read bottlenose dolphins?
Okay.
Okay, great.
There are two species of bottlenose dolphins, the common bottlenose and the Indo-Pacific bottlenose. Bottlenose dolphins are known to be highly intelligent and charismatic. They are the dolphins most commonly seen in captivity and performing in the aquarium shows. Their curved mouths give the appearance of a friendly, permanent smile, and they are known for their willingness to work with trainers and perform complex tricks. They can jump some 20 feet, spin and twist, often landing with a playful splash. In the wild, these sleek swimmers can reach speeds of some 28 miles per hour. They surface often to breathe, doing so 2 or 3 times a minute. They can grow anywhere from 6 to 12 feet long, and they live about 65 years. In the wild, these sleek swimmers can reach speeds. Oh, that's a repeat.
Okay, so I have some editing to do.
The
All tired.
The Atlantic spotted dolphin. The spotted dolphins are found in the Gulf Stream of North Atlantic Ocean. Older members of the species have a very distinctive spotted coloration all over their bodies. The coloring of the Atlantic spotted dolphin varies enormously as it grows. Calves are a fairly uniform gray-white with 1 or no spots. When they are weaned, speckling occurs, typically between 3 and 4 years and lasting for an average of 5 years. A juvenile is considered mottled when it develops merging gray and white spots on the dorsal surface and black spots on the ventral surface. This usually happens between age 8 or 9. As the animal matures, the spots become denser and spread until the body appears black with white spots at full maturation. Atlantic spotted dolphins are extremely gregarious animals. They gather in complex social groups of 5 to 15, often in mixed group with common bottlenose dolphins. They are fast swimmers and known for their bow riding and long, shallow leaping behaviors. Mothers care for their calves for up to 5 years with the help of the rest of their pod. Some Atlantic spotted dolphins, particularly some of those spotted around the Bahamas, have become habituated to human contact. These pods have been called the friendliest dolphins in the world.
Good. Okay. So those are the dolphins that for the last 3 years that I've been able to interact with. And some of you have been with me, Candace. Reed was here. They are amazingly friendly. They're the only dolphins in the world in the wild that have chosen to touch us too. The spinners and stuff when we're in Hawaii and we're in the water with them will come like a quarter inch away. They'll come slipping by and, the water hits your face, or they'll come. I mean, they have such a spatial awareness. But the Atlantic spotted dolphins are just, when we've been there with them, they were so friendly and so loving. And I can still remember on the 4th day of the first year, one was just kept he'd come swimming by and he'd flip my ponytail under my snorkel gear. And another one kept bumping my ankle. And I have, a health issue with my ankle with swelling sometimes. So I know he was working, click, 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 So pretty fun. Speaking of them, we're going to go see them in August, and if anybody wants to go. It's going to be a lot of fun. And anybody in the school gets, a significant discount. We'll figure it out, because if you guys want to go, I want you to be there. So we have our own boat and our own chef and our own captain, and it's pretty cool. The water is like liquid turquoise, so it's and warm. The water is warm, like 90 some degrees, like bath water. Yeah, so pretty nice. So check it out if you want to go. Oh, and Carolyn's going, so that'll be fun. So it's going to be a good time. Cindy's going. Cindy and her son are going too. So okay, so let's have a new reader. Jane, would you like to read? Okay.
Orcas. The orca is the largest member of the dolphin family. The orca is distinctive in its appearance, with a large black body, a white underside, a white patch above and behind the eye, and a grey saddle patch behind the dorsal fin. They are toothed whales and often called killer whales. The orca is highly intelligent, highly adaptable, and able to communicate and coordinate hunting tactics. They live primarily near British Columbia and Canada, but their migration pattern can be long between Alaska and California. Depending on the type of social group and locations, orcas will hunt fish, squid, seals, sea lions, seabirds, and even whales much larger than themselves. There has never been a documented attack on a human in the wild, and there are some stories of orcas actually protecting humans at sea from sharks. At up to nearly 10 meters long, male orcas are larger than females and have a tall dorsal fin, up to nearly 2 meters in height. The tall, sword-shaped and strikingly visible dorsal fin makes them almost unmistakable at sea.
So has anybody seen them in the wild? A lot of people recently. Yeah, pretty great, huh? So my first time, I'm going to say my first time. I've seen them 3 times in the wild in our area here over the years of going out on the boats. Pretty rare, very rare, but a few times. So they don't get down here very often. When they do, it's a big deal. Everybody gets out on the boat and goes sees them. But as most of you know, I'm going to be in San Juan Island in June, and Reed's going to be there. Anybody else here that's going on that trip? So we're looking forward to a whole week with them. They've certainly been here in the etheric, though, since I started preparing for this particular module. They've been teaching me. Somehow they're connected to the pilot whales. I don't really understand that completely yet, but they seem to have a similar frequency in wanting to be intelligent teachers. I also have to say that I think it was the orca, what's his name, Corky, at SeaWorld that first activated me. This is before I had cleared my seasickness and went out on boats. So I have a lot of respect for the dolphins and the whales that have chosen to be ambassadors in captivity, because it's really hard for me to think of them there, but I know that he activated me. I remember him looking into me and having a shift when I was probably in my 20s. So, and I know Joan Ocean had the same experience with Corky. Corky changed her too, because she hadn't yet even learned to swim. So I respect them greatly for their work in captivity, and I'm hoping that can end very soon. And as our consciousness rises, that we can go out as conscious people and go out like dolphin safari and see them out in the wild.
Lori, can I share a story?
Yeah, of course.
Off Santa Barbara, I went out on a boat off Santa Barbara, and a lot of orcas had come in, and they actually did a kill on a gray whale, and we got to watch that event. So they're really interesting how they work, even as they hunt. Hunt for food. I just wanted to share that. I remember looking off the back of the boat, there's a seagull. And I thought to myself right then, oh, I sure wouldn't want to be a seagull sitting on the water with what I see out the front of the boat. And just then this orca came flying out of the water, completely out of the water, and splashed. And when I looked, there was no seagull. Yeah. So it's very interesting watching them. I just wanted to share that part of it.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
It's really quite an experience.
Yeah. Thanks, Floyd. And then on the higher realms, we have to remember that, of course, everybody contracts to be exactly where they are. That seagull at some level asked that orca to do that so it could go. So
same with the gray whale.
Yeah. I don't know. Reed just asked, are orcas in all of the oceans all over the world? I do not know the answer to that. I don't know. Does anybody know?
Well, I know we have them. We've just had 7 orcas come into the Moray Firth, which is unusual. One of them being a baby, and there's quite a lot now in Norway in the North Sea, and they also on the west coast of Scotland up to Shetland, so quite regularly around
Okay.
Norway. Yeah.
So we need to update the manual. And Reed's saying she thinks they're in South America. I do not know. They're cold water beings, so lower down. Yeah. Okay. They're so beautiful. Yeah, the captains here in Southern California think that they have, I mean, they both, even though they're not metaphysical, they comment often on their intelligence. They believe that they're more intelligent than the other dolphins. I don't really know if that's true, but yeah.
They're in both the Arctic and Antarctic regions. They're cold water.
Yeah.
But they do come south, they will.
Yeah, once in a while. We get them like around Newport Beach, Right. Yeah.
Around the tropical Cancer, Capricorn, they'll come about that area. And then
it's like 5 years ago, there was a sailing race. What's it called? The big sailing race? Anyway. And it goes through where Coronado Island is, here in San Diego. And they were in the race. They were like going along the boats. So more people got distracted by them. Kind of fun. Special beings. Okay. Who wants to read? Who didn't read yet? Brenda, you read. Jan, did you read? Would you like to read? Okay. Why don't you read Common Dolphins?
Okay. Common dolphins. There are 2 species of common dolphins, the long-beaked common dolphin and the short-beaked common dolphin. Common dolphins can be found widely distributed in all tropical, subtropical, and warm temperate waters. These dolphins don't migrate like so many other species do. The common dolphin is very social, and they live in large groups called pods. The number in a pod can be several hundred, or it can be in the thousands. The largest ones number over 10,000. They have a very complex hierarchy that keeps them orderly, and they tend to create subgroups based on age and other factors. They have been seen taking part in a variety of different behaviors, including somersaults, breaching, and bow ride. Is that right? Bow riding?
Bow riding. That's the front of the boat,
Right. They are very active, playful, and friendly with each other and with humans. Touch and echolocation are big parts of their social interactions with each other. They seem to thrive on the connections they have with each other. Vocalizations, including whistling, whining, and clicking, are very common. Research shows that their dialogue can be different based on the pod they live in.
Beautiful.
I also wanted to say about the orcas. My husband and I went on a cruise to Alaska, and we went on a whale watch tour. We went into a bay, and there were hundreds of orcas in there. Hundreds.
Oh.
It was so amazing.
Oh, I want that. I'm putting that up.
Oh my gosh, it was so exciting. There was a couple of humpbacks in there, and it was really interesting because, they were telling us to, watch for the breach and all that. And I could hear her under the water. I could hear her sounding. And then so I knew exactly where she was going to come up. And I said, there she came up, and it was so cool.
Wow.
It was a great experience. We love to do that when we go somewhere.
That's wonderful. Yeah. So the common dolphins are, the reason I live here in Southern California, or the main reason I live here, there's lots of reasons, but is because there's more dolphins anywhere else in the world that live here in our area. They believe, maybe 500,000, they don't actually know. But we've seen pods of dolphins easily with 5,000. A small pod would be 200 dolphins, which is a big pod most places in the world. But so last boat trip out was March 3rd? Dolphins Love Kids. That was April 28th. We probably saw 2,000, 3,000 dolphins somewhere. They were all around the boat, front, side, and back. You were there. Yeah. Wouldn't you say? I mean, it's like so many dolphins, you can almost not see the water in some places. It's just thick with dolphins. Yeah, and for everyone that's breathing, that's going like this, there's 2 or 3 below. So, and they were so blessed to come, on the boat trip with the kids, and they came. Of course, we're kids too, right? Front, side, and back. Stayed with us the whole 2 hours, pretty much. And we finally had to leave them. The boat trip was over, had to come back. So it's pretty amazing. super, super great time. So they're a big part of my work. They're a big part of working with that. So I don't have the same relationship with them that I end up having with the dolphins in Bimini, with a one-on-one kind of contact, and sometimes with the spinner dolphins in Hawaii. Sometimes I'll have a contact with one spinner or two, sometimes a mom and a baby for a short period of time. But these dolphins here, they come in groups, and I think the consciousness comes in a group field. It's kind of a little bit different. Every now and then one will come, very, very seldom, and he'll really make a presence, and he'll like stand upright and come to the boat and really look at you. And he'll say something like, "Can you get in the water? Can you get in the water?" Or, let's have lunch. And he starts throwing fish in the air. I mean, they do try to call you out once in a while, but and 2 summers ago we had one, I think Floyd was on the boat. It would just jump and jump and jump. It's like it had a lever on it, but I 50 times jump and spin in the air. Very rare to have that happen here. But so I think we all had a personal relationship with that dolphin because he was so cool. And this Grandma Chandra had come out and done an event, and he was leaping and splashing that when she was there. So once in a while, but mostly it's this huge, overwhelming presence of the pod, of the group. It's like you're immersed in it, and you just feel so uplifted. So, and a lot of people like Reed and Mariah, they've been out. Lloyd's been out in our area, and maybe you guys can relate to that. If you have anything to say about the pod, just it's great, isn't it? You don't really have the personal relationship though in the same way. So I think it's a great place to be. They tell me when I very first started, maybe I've shared this before, but it's a good story. I very first started the boat trips, and I'd cleared my seasickness. I was giving messages to people. That was how I advertised my boat trips, as an animal communicator, and everybody would get a personal message. And so I got on the boat, and the first thing I said to the dolphins is, "What would you like me to tell the people?" in a group message. And they said, "Tell them that we're adjusting the crystal grid, or the crystal energy." And I didn't really know too much about the etheric grid yet. This was almost 20 years ago. So it was like, okay. And so I said, "I don't understand." So they took me up with my eyes closed into kind of a meditative energy where I could look down and see under the ocean. And what they showed me would be what would be perceived to be like sacred geometry or crop circles under the water. But the crop circle wasn't static, it was moving. It was like spinning sacred geometry, and they were weaving it. And they explained to me that they are rainbow light. And they said, "Watch." And then I started to look, and you could see. And then I noticed over the years, everybody can see rainbow light coming out of the dolphins when you see them on the boat. Everybody can. Even like over the years, it's like all the people on the boat that aren't in my group, they go, "Look at the rainbow light. Look at the dolphins actually emanate it." And on a sunny day, there's so much rainbow light coming out of the dolphins. The whole surface of the water, sometimes it's just these beautiful rainbows. So they use this color spectrum of energy that they have. It's their gift to somehow spin this, probably beyond what we can understand, to adjust the crystalline grid. But then I'm going to say, 3 years ago when the Cetacean Summit was here, I was asked to be on Awakenings radio show, which is up in Laguna Beach. And the guy that runs that show is really into dolphins, Eric Rankin. And we were talking, and one of the things that I started talking about was just this. I said, what the story I'm telling you now about the crystalline spinning crop circles, And they told me that they're here to spin the crystalline energy to help us create light body. And he said, "Well, there is a crystal canyon here off of Laguna Beach. It's a physical crystal canyon, and it's got crystals in the sand." He said, "You didn't know that?" I said, "No." And he said, "So this is all just channeled?" And I said, "Yeah, everything I get from them is channeled, other than my limited physical encounters with them, because I don't have a boat. I have to go on other people's boats." And he's like, "No, there's a real crystal canyon here, and scientists come and study it. And it goes down to," and I said, "Solana Beach," because that's what the dolphins in Puna told me. He said, "Solana Beach." And so he said, "You're getting that from the dolphins." And it goes all the way up to almost to LA. But it's thickest in Dana Point in Laguna Beach. It's where it's thickest and widest. So there's a canyon. And when you get to a certain point on the boat, it just drops off. And it's like, it's at 6 miles. Because that's when the blue whales can come in. That's how close they can come in, is about 6 miles. Because they're so big, their tummies would hit them. Yeah, you could do Google Earth and you could see it. Yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah. So if you haven't been to Southern California, sometime put that on your bucket list to come and go out and be on that Crystal Canyon, because it's amazing. You can feel the shift. I can feel the shift when I start parking my car where the boat is. I can feel it right there. I can feel it. I feel like I drive over it, because if we're at Dana Wharf, I don't feel it. I have to get to Captain Dave's. That's when I feel the shift when I park my car. So It's pretty powerful. So that common dolphins do a lot of work for the earth. They're very much Mother Earth's angels. And I know they help us too, though. So cool. Okay. Let's see. Who didn't read? Brenda, Jan, Kate. Would you like to read Pacific white-sided dolphins?
Pacific white-sided dolphins. The species has 3 colors. The chin, throat, and belly are creamy white. The beak, flippers, back, and dorsal fin are a dark gray. Light gray patches are seen on the sides, and a further light gray stripe runs from above the eye to below the dorsal fin, where it thickens along the tail stalk. A dark gray ring surrounds the eyes. The species is an average-sized oceanic dolphin. Females reach maturity at 7 years, and individuals are believed to live up to 40 years or more. The Pacific white-sided dolphin is extremely active and mixes with many of the other North Pacific species. It readily approaches boats and bow rides. These dolphins commonly swim in pods of 10 to 100. They can often be seen bow riding and doing somersaults, as they are known to be very friendly. Members form a close-knit group and will often care for a sick or injured dolphin. Pacific white-sided dolphins are also a part of some marine-themed park shows. Roughly 100 reside in dolphinariums in North America and Japan.
Okay. So Pacific white-sided dolphins are very much a part of Southern California out here. I was out in March 31st, with a small group of people, and they just took over the show. We didn't see that many common dolphins that day, which again are the big pods that we saw, probably about 100 though. And they were bow riding, and they led us right up close to the shore, and did like a hard right turn, and there was a gray whale. So I think they wanted us to see the gray whale that was near the shore. And then started spinning and jumping, and I mean overly playful. And they're bigger than the common dolphins, so they're almost the size of a bottlenose. So it's pretty cool when they're bow riding right in front. I got some good video. I'll have to make a little YouTube of it because I've so about it on my phone. It's a very special day because we don't see them as often as we'd like to. So I love them very much. They're so beautiful. So just as we bring in these different species, I'd like you to kind of feel their energy, because when we start channeling the dolphins and you start bringing in different dolphins that are going to help different people, and you work with your dolphin guides, they could be from all these different species. They won't necessarily be the flipper, how we have in our mind's eye the dolphin, the flipper dolphin, because of course flipper was the one that made the TV show and stuff like that. Yeah, they could be all these different species. So thanks. Okay, Kate, go ahead and read spinner dolphins.
Spinner dolphin. The spinner dolphin is a small dolphin found in offshore tropical waters around the world. It is famous for its acrobatic displays as it jumps and spins while in the air. Spinner dolphins can dive 900 feet in depth and stay 8 minutes under the water when they are searching for food. Spinner dolphins are very social animals. They live in pods of 100 to 1,000 animals.
Beautiful. So we have some beautiful footage of our trip in March. Thanks to Kathleen Carr and Roberta and then Joni Mack. I think this afternoon I'm going to try to show you a little bit of the incredible footage of the spinner dolphins. And we saw more spinner dolphins in Kona this year than ever before, and we have beautiful footage of them swimming just above the coral reef where we were snorkeling. So it's very shallow. It's just incredibly beautiful. The last day we were taken into the whole pod, I would say the community of dolphins in Kona, and the captain said that the pods had come together that morning and they didn't know why, because that's rare. The southern dolphins had come to meet the northern dolphins. Anyway, they just swam like by us. I'm talking 20 minutes of dolphins going by. That's a lot of dolphins, and very rare. And these are all the spinners. So I'd kind of like to share some of that with you guys. Reed's asking if you could purchase that. I'm sure Joni would. Yeah, and we should give credit to Cameron. Cameron Hardy is Cindy's, who's in the class's son. Actually paid for that. It was his kind of special project. So Cindy, maybe you can ask Cam if other people can have a copy of it if they want, and they could pay Joni, and then maybe Joni could pay some of that back to Cam. Just maybe make a note, Cindy, and then next time I talk to you. But I'm sure, at some level, we made it to share it, right? Yeah. But if you'd like to have a copy, yeah, it's really. Oh, I showed it to you the other day, right? Yeah, it's really good. So I think after lunch I'll set that up and we'll show it up on the screen. So cool. I just love them, and the only way I see them is in Hawaii. So one of the reasons I keep going back. They jump up, you guys, and they just really spin. It's really beautiful. Special guys. So let's go to Floyd. Floyd, would you read dolphins as spirit animals?
Lori, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I just wanted to say I will check with Cam first, but I am almost certain that he definitely meant for this to be shared with everybody. So
Okay.
yeah, but I'll check with him first. But
Okay.
yeah.
And thank him again, because it was such a beautiful gesture of generosity for him to do that, and we're so grateful. So
I will.
okay, thanks. Okay. Floyd.
Dolphins as spirit animals. The dolphin spirit animal represents harmony and balance. Dolphins are both highly intelligent and closely in tune with their instincts, striking a balance between the two states. Dolphins are also a symbol of protection and of resurrection. Their playful nature is a reminder that everyone needs to approach life with humor and joy. People who identify with the dolphin totem are usually peaceful and gentle, but with a deep inner strength. Keep going.
Yeah, please.
Dolphins as a symbol of resurrection. Dolphins have long been linked to resurrection. The ancient Greeks believed that they called the souls of the dead to the afterlife. In Christian artwork, the dolphin is often portrayed as carrying souls to Christ so they can be born anew. People who are attracted to the dolphin spirit animal may find themselves on the cusp of a spiritual and personal rebirth, or may have undergone one recently.
Yeah.
Dolphin as a power animal. Dolphins in the wild are strong and fearless, demonstrating inner strength. When sharks threaten them, they do not hesitate to fight instead of trying to flee. They represent strong moral convictions and self-confidence, reminding us to speak our minds and stand our ground rather than hide our true selves. Dolphins as symbol of cooperation. Dolphins live in large cooperative social groups. Healthy adults work to protect and feed injured ones, and the whole pod rallies around mothers and their calves to protect them from predators. They demonstrate a level of selflessness and cooperation that most people struggle to achieve. The dolphin totem shows that coming from a place of love makes it easy to work with others without sacrificing our own needs, by Allison O. One more, dolphin wisdom. Dolphins have a great knowledge of the sea. They are known as patrons for sailors and beings that demonstrate harmony, wisdom, and balance. They are involved in communication, freedom, and trust. They understand the power of cycles and rhythms in our lives. They are masters of breath work as they teach us to release intense emotions. Dolphins are unselfish and are masters of living in transparency and in cooperation. They remind us to get out, play, and most importantly, to breathe.
Good. Okay, let's pause and see if anybody has a comment. I have to say the part about the power animals, the one above where that when you connect with dolphins, you're on the cusp of spiritual or personal rebirth, because that's when I connected with them. I had my near-death experience and left my big school in LA, went down to Rosarito in Mexico, and there were the dolphins. And from that moment forward, I mean, it's not that I didn't like dolphins before, I just never connected with them. Who doesn't like dolphins? But I mean, they're right in my face. They were like, and they stayed in my face for 9 years. They didn't go away. They were there every day. So it ended up being like family. So I think they were like, okay, we've got you. It's kind of like even with channeling them and editing this manual, they were okay. It's almost like got their hooks in you, and they're going to hold on because they know that you're growing and you're expanding, and they're not going to let you go because that's their job. They're like, oh, another one. Oh, hold on to that one, Anybody relate?
I'd like to share a story if I could.
Yes, please.
I actually scuba dive with the dolphins in the Mediterranean. They mentioned that. I was also on the island of Crete of Knossos, the ruins of Knossos. And there they have the Queen's Chamber, and it's one of the first recognize her, what do they call it, the motifs on the wall, the paintings and the tile work on the wall. She had her, in the Queen's chamber, was the motif of the dolphins swimming in the Mediterranean. It was very beautiful. Yeah, so if you have a chance to look that up, I highly encourage it. Yeah.
Wow, sounds good.
Beautiful. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anybody else feel like you've had some kind of a shift in your life since connecting either through this school or at another time with them? Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. Karen, I know you're on your iPhone, and I don't know if you have your manual. Would you like to read? I know it might not be possible if you're on your phone, but
Can I actually share something? It's Candace.
yeah, go ahead.
So, I haven't been doing. There's been a lot of breath work around me, and I haven't really been engaging in it. But I did do a few times like a breath work session, group sessions, and one of the women, she actually did, boat trips to see dolphins and whales too. I don't remember. It was like a couple of years ago. I'm not in contact with her, but what she said is that the dolphins breathe are in that constant breath state of in and out. And I can't remember the next part, but something about that has to do with maintaining a certain level of consciousness.
Right.
That constant breath.
Well, what you're bringing up is that they're conscious breathers. The whales and dolphins both are. I mean, they don't sleep in the way we do because they would drown, because they have to surface to breathe, which means they have to be conscious to breathe. So, and when I first started working with that energy of conscious breath, which you're talking about, Buddha came in and started teaching me and said that if you think of the energy of that, what you would call source or God or goddess, creator, that energy, let's just call it for a minute, is conscious, right? Doesn't sleep. You don't want to think of God that would go to sleep and forget about you or be off doing something else. That being is a conscious breather. So we're evolving to that. We're evolving back to where we'll be conscious of our breath and won't need to sleep in the way that we do now. So, but what you may or may not remember from whale school is that they turn off one half of the brain, the two sides of the brain, the two lobes. One goes into a meditative state while the other stays conscious, and then they come up to breathe. And then they switch back over here to this one. So there's a resting state or a meditative state, but it's not sleep like we sleep. When we sleep, we leave our bodies. Our spirit leaves and goes and does other work in the universe and comes back. I've had a lot of different doctors over the years. Well, I've said a lot. 3. Let's just go with 3. It would be nice to say a lot of doctors. To stop and think, that said that they believe that that if we didn't leave, our spirit didn't need to leave to go to do other work, that we wouldn't have to sleep either. So when we can become more conscious of the other work, the multidimensional part of us, that we won't have to sleep either. So, and I don't know about you, but I've gone through stages where I didn't have to sleep as much. I'm kind of back to the stage right now where I am wanting to sleep more, but I've gone through stages, even a couple of years, where I didn't need to sleep as much, maybe 5 or 6 hours. I thought that was a sign of evolution. I'm not sure now, but anyway, we're evolving. Does that help, Candace?
Yeah, I'm just thinking that it might be of benefit to work with breath as part of the process.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I agree. So I'm going to come back to Karen. Karen, if you're there listening and you want to unmute yourself, go ahead. And if not, I understand. Okay, because right now you're muted. Okay, so I'm going to go to Anne. Anne, I still don't see your face, but I see you're here at some level. Would you like to read? Okay. Yeah, no response from Anne. So do you want to read? Okay. How about you, Scarlett? You don't want to read? Okay, so Reed's going to come read Dolphin Trivia.
Oh, yeah.
Is it there?
Yep.
Okay. Now, how do I make that go? I forgot.
Some feedback
We're
going
getting a
on.
lot of feedback. Please mute your mics.
Candace and Brenda and Ann are unmuted. Sorry, Ann.
Okay, well, we'll come back. Okay, right now Reed's going to read, and then we'll come back to the group, so please mute your room.
Somebody, Brenda, you're still unmuted. Cool. Ann, you're still unmuted. So dolphin trivia. Dolphins recognize themselves in mirrors, one of the few mammals other than humans that have the ability to do so. Dolphins not only can recognize themselves in a mirror, but can also notice changes in their appearance. Dolphins sleep about 1/3 of the time, as we do, but since they are conscious breathers, 1/2 of the brain naps while the other remains awake to continue breathing. Dolphins have belly buttons. Dolphins form social groups called pods. These average at fewer than 100 members, but frequently travel with other pods, sometimes bringing thousands of dolphins together. Dolphins may be unique among non-human animals in their ability to imitate both sounds heard, vocal mimicry, and behaviors seen, behavioral mimicry. Dolphins are the only species known to cooperate or ally with another group or pod. These highly intelligent social behaviors and relationships are unique to mammals other than humans. The average lifespan of bottlenose dolphins is between 40 and 60 years. A dolphin brain weighs 3.5 pounds. A human brain weighs about 3 pounds. Gestation for dolphins is about 12 months. Unlike humans, the outer layer of a dolphin's skin is made up entirely of live cells. Dolphins have no protection against bruises. So that way we're not supposed to touch them?
Yes. Well, I don't want to.
Yeah. Every dolphin has its own distinct whistle to distinguish it from other dolphins, akin to a human fingerprint. A dolphin's forehead is called a melon due to its distinctive shape. Some dolphins can hold their breath for up to 30 minutes at a time. Dolphin history. Dolphins have intrigued people for thousands of years, not only for their intelligence, but their connection to us and our galactic history. The Dogon tell the legends of the Nomos, space beings who arrived in a vessel along with fire and thunder. The Nomos, who could live on land but dwell mostly in the sea, were part fish, like merfolk, mermaids, and mermen. Similar creatures have been noted in other ancient civilizations, including the Babylonians, Akkadians, and Egypt's goddess Iris. The Dogon claimed their knowledge of the heavens came from the Nomos. The Dogon have also claimed that a third star, Ya, existed in the Sirius star system. Larger and lighter than Sirius B, this star revolves around Sirius as well, and around it orbited a planet from which the Nomos came. The Nomos are a race of beings that takes the physical form of dolphins, whales, mermaids, mermen. Their home world is a planet in the Sirius star system that is mostly warm, aqua blue water. Many of the Nomos walk upright. They are known for their highly advanced use of sound. The Nomos play an important role in Earth's evolution. Right now, they are the guardians and guides of the portion of etheric Sirians who are in dolphin, whale, and mermaid-merman bodies in order to maintain the biosphere of Earth. The etheric Syrians is the soul group that was given Earth as their new home when their former world, Sirius B, imploded. When Earth ascends, the etheric Syrians will take over as guardians of their planet. Those in aquatic form will have the choice to change form and take on a human body, walking the Earth as a land guardian. Many of the etheric Syrians in aquatic form are making this choice now and therefore are breaching themselves. Beaching themselves. They are returning to the Nomos homeworld for training on being a human in a human body so they can return to Earth as land guardians. That's totally cool. There's always a higher view of things. Those who are of the etheric Syrian soul group are usually very drawn to the whales and dolphins. They also can be found in organizations and groups whose focus is healing the Earth and conserving her resources. The majority of etheric Syrians are found among the black, red, and brown races of Earth. The Dogons say that their astronomical knowledge was given to them by the Nomos, amphibious beings sent to Earth from the Sirius star system for the benefit of humankind. The name comes from a Dogon word meaning to make one drink, and the Nomos are also called masters of the water, monitors, and the instructors. They came to Earth somewhere to the northeast of the Dogon's present homeland. The legends depict the Nomos as partly fish-like in appearance and living mostly in the sea. These creatures bear a striking similarity to the creatures called the Oannes by the Babylonians and the Sumerian creature called Enki. Even the Egyptian god Isis was depicted as what would be later termed a mermaid. In all cases, these gods were related to the worship of Sirius.
Bring it back around. Yeah. Okay. The Dogon say that the drawings on the walls of their cave showed them about certain beings who came to Earth a long time ago and information about where they came from. These drawings show a flying saucer coming out of the sky and landing on 3 legs. Then it depicts the beings in the ship making a big hole in the ground and filling it with water, jumping out of the ship and into the water, and finally coming up to the edge of the water. These beings look very much like dolphins. They then started communicating and described where they came from and gave the Dogon tribe this information. A very interesting mythological story about whales and dolphins concerns a tribe in West Africa called the Dogon of Mali. The Dogon, whose culture is alive and well today, at one time lived on the southern coast of the Mediterranean. They have many religious and creation beliefs which very much involve the whales and dolphins. They have perpetuated these beliefs in their religious ceremonies and in the form of sand drawings. In their basket weavings, they had 50.8 divisions, the reason for which is that they had quite specific knowledge of the Sirius star system, which is a binary star system. They understood how Sirius B, the white dwarf, moved around the main bright star, Sirius A. They used sand drawings to illustrate the orbital path of the stars. The white dwarf, Sirius B, takes 50.8 years to complete an orbit of Sirius A, and the Dogon knew this. Sirius B, the white dwarf, is not visible using a telescope, whereas radio astronomy allows one to hear Sirius B. Arthur C. Clarke simply said to Temple, "You would be interested in the Dogon." Richard Temple began research on the Dogon and discovered how much knowledge the Dogon had of the Sirius star system. He then went on to spend 7 years of his life with the Dogon and wrote a book called The Sirius Mystery. When Temple went to meet the Dogon, he asked, "How did you get this knowledge?" The Dogon's answer was very simple. They said these creatures came from the star Sirius, landed in the ocean, and were in the form of amphibians, whales, and dolphins. They gave us the knowledge about the Sirius star system. In Sumeria, dolphins were connected to Ea-Onis, I hope I'm saying that right, Ea-Onis, the deity of the sea, and sometimes with the goddess Isis in Egypt. The ancient Celts attributed the dolphin with well worship and the healing powers of water, and the image of people riding dolphins is seen on some Celtic artifacts. Some Australian Aboriginal tribes claim to be direct descendants of dolphins, who are sometimes regarded as guardian spirits. In Plutarch's book on the cleverness of animal sexplantation was made of Odysseus' worship of dolphins. Apparently, Odysseus' son, Telmachos, fell into the sea and was saved by a dolphin. And this was why his father had dolphins engraved on his ring and emblazoned on his shield, making his requital to the animal. A more familiar occurrence is mentioned in Shakespeare's Twelfth Night. Arion, a rich poet and musician, had his life threatened by pirates on board his ship. His last will was to sing one last song, and since he must die, he wished to jump overboard, taking his own life. After a very high-pitched, long, wailing song, Arion jumped overboard, but he did not drown. A dolphin carried him about 200 miles to shore. The Greek people say that Arion was not a god, and that this is true, and happened while Perander was king, about 60 years BC. This incident was also recorded by historian Herodotus and others. So this is from that book with Greg Prescott, but it's very interesting. I totally aligned with the 50.8 and how all of that aligns with what we discovered now here with the central part of Earth at 19.5 degrees, which is where all the humpbacks go to breed and to birth, as part of the sacred geometry. It's very interesting. I thought Floyd might want to comment on this. He studied a lot about the Dogon, and I think for many years both Floyd and I thought we were Syrian, that we had the Syrian star lineage, and at some level we do. We spent a lot of time there, and probably a lot of you have too, and will relate to the Dogon lineage we're talking about here. But we've since discovered that our origins in this galaxy are really Orion. But I don't know, it's a lot of unique information and stories, which is part of the history of the dolphins and whales. Floyd, do you want to comment?
Yeah, I don't have much to say, around it, but I do. What really came up for me was the picture that you sent with the rainbow, because the Dogon make reference to that. They call it the dragon, the heart of the dragon.
Right.
So I just wanted to bring that part in, that it's really connected. It's really hard to say in our evolution, our journey, and the journeys that we've all taken through whatever lives, whatever star system, whatever reference we make to anything is only what we're doing at this moment. We've long forgotten who we were before we came into this evolution,
Mm-hmm.
and where we will be after in the quantum field. It's all going on simultaneously. So,
right. I think it's important knowledge. When we talk about where the dolphins and whales are from, stories of all the mermaids and the mer people.
And because I've actually had experience with, even in Africa, with fish, that it's just fish don't do the things that I saw happen,
Right.
And so I shared some of those stories with you. I also sent you a picture on your phone, Lori, of the Queen's Chamber.
Oh, good.
Okay. So if you looked, I texted to you. You can move it to your computer if you want to share it. It's
okay.
They have nothing like it anywhere else in the world. Where they did these motifs on the wall and tiles and paintings and things like that.
Cool.
So,
all right.
And Kenosis existed when most of Europe was living in the caves. Kenosis was a very, very highly evolved civilization on the island of Crete, So.
Yeah. Well, and the Egyptology is also very connected to how everything was structured, with the geometry and the way the pyramids were laid out, with the Orion system in Sirius, and
it's all connected in the Dogon.
And it all comes through the Dogon. So
yeah, the Dogon actually lived in Egypt. They were part of that whole scenario, and the connection of the Egypt to the Christ grid and the whole thing. They're very connected to all of it.
So just look into your heart when you're doing this work, because we go through this manual, and then hopefully it doesn't just go a book on the shelf. Hopefully it will become something that's usable for you. Look into your hearts and your meditation and see the Dogon in you. See if you were one of those early starseed beings. I know everybody in this class is Lemurian, but there might be a lot of Dogon beings too, a lot of Syrian beings. So I haven't looked at that personally with each one of you, but I think it's important to feel our heritage as we read these stories. I really do. So we're going to take a little break because I know people need to. So let's come back in 10 minutes. It's 10:45. So I'm sorry, 11:45. Just 10 minutes. 11:55. Be back, and we'll continue. Okay, guys.
Do you have another one?
Yeah, she said she wanted to lay down, but she's okay. Okay. All right. Let me turn it. Not to lose it.
Okay, this is one of Kathleen Carr's latest invention. See, nice black cup.
Regular black cup.
Regular old hot water.
What?
Do-do-do-do-do-do. Have to watch if I'm not pouring it on your leg. And then it will start to magically change before your very eyes.
What?
Wow. Of course, the light's shining.
Dun, 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 dun.
The light's shining from the window, but you can see
it.
some
You see the
dolphins.
Cup. Yay, the dolphin cup. It's magic.
Cool.
Isn't that cool? You can order those. If I can't hear me because it's tilted. Oh, wait. Okay. So that's my friend Kathleen Carr. It's 2R, C-A-R-R, Kathleen Carr Photography. You can go to her website. I think it's Kathleen Carr. Or Google it, and it's on her website. And isn't it amazing? Her beautiful photography of the dolphins. And she made a magic cup. Kind of cool. We like it. All right. We're back. Back to school. Find my spot. Okay, let's go to page 14. Okay. The Maoris of New Zealand have a legend that says they were led to their promised land by a group of dolphins who helped them to the shore. In the modern world, tales of dolphins saving humans by battling sharks, helping drowning people ashore, and even guiding lifeboats to victims of shipwrecks frequently make it to the papers. Such actions of compassion are deeply touching, especially when considering the many ways in which dolphins and whales are mistreated by humans. It is no wonder that for the ancient Greeks and Romans, Christians, and Native Americans, the dolphin is a symbol of protection, and the dolphin image is said to bring good luck. Well, I absolutely think they do. So the more I put the legend of the golden dolphin on the bookshelf, Puda brings it back out. Okay, she continues to bring it back out. Now, I touched on this. You go back to your Module 1 manual, and there's a lot of information there on it, but we're going to go into it now because I think it's important. Okay, so the legend of the golden dolphin. The origin story of the legend has been described by Scott Taylor and can be seen at dolphintale.com, and you can see the link there. There is also an article that references the golden dolphin titled Our Father Who Art in Water. Don't you love that? I love that. And I want to mention Scott's. I didn't go into Scott's book. I think I did in Module 1. But Scott's book is called Souls in the Sea. And if there's ever a book you should read, that's one of them. Okay. Scott lives in Australia and is one of our co-authors in Dolphins and Whales Forever. And so I think he is. But I don't know if he is. I'm kidding that he's not. He should be. Anyway, he's a friend. Amazing, amazing soul. So Souls in the Sea. Okay, now, this is what Scott says. Peter wrote in 1976, while living in Sydney, Australia, I watched half in awe, half in horror as my hand picked up a pencil lying nearby and began to write at a furious pace. The writing kept going until dawn and continued every night for almost 2 weeks, pouring out an incredible fantasy story about the impending tribulation and concurrent transformation of human consciousness. The role which the cetaceans will play in those events, and my specific job as their messenger. I was told this would form the seed of a new global tribe of dolphin dreamers, a tribal gathering that will transcend the old barriers of race, creed, color, ego, fear, and alienation to become the new leaderless Aquarian network of free beings. The legend of the golden dolphin, which simply represents the spirit of freedom, our guide through the reefs of time. Every being who enters into the dolphin tribal adventure brings their own unique contribution, and thus the legend grows and grows. And the dream of a perfect family, a perfect brother and sisterhood, a perfect life of harmony with each other and the world, a perfect human dolphin tribe draws near. Our only job on the planet now is to spread the word about dolphin dreaming, and as that dream grips the human imagination, the world will turn. So this is the original keeper of the golden dolphin legend on planet Earth is Peter Shenstone, and there's quite a bit now that's available. Back when I started researching it in 2010, very little was out there, and it was all shielded. It was kind of interesting because you'd have to go through a series of, like, go to this website and type in a word, and then he'd email you back and give you another code word to go to the next level, and it was all very underground. And I personally think part of that was so that I wouldn't get the information too early, because I needed to go into it on my own, and I needed to go into it with Buddha. And I did. So, okay, next page. It is with both spirit and science that the legend of the golden dolphin has always worked, combining and connecting them in ways that transcend the false division between them and most people regard as natural, is in some ways the actual work to be done. Reaching across the borders surrounding cultures is the work of ambassadors. Negotiating ways of respectful acknowledgement of each culture's ways is the art of diplomacy, and the ambassadors are diplomats, if nothing else. So it behooves us to be open, accepting, gracious, and proactive in making meaningful contact with the world of science, of economics, of politics, academia, industry, and all of those other discourses as we carry forth the work of the golden dolphin. Freedom lies in a dolphin of gold, by Scott Taylor. So, the dolphin it's the ultimate spirit of freedom. And I think on land, it's the cat. They don't do it anybody else's way. They have their own way, and they stand totally, completely for freedom, which is very cool. So this is my part now, okay? The history of the golden dolphin legend with Master Buddha, Seth. In 2011, I worked closely with Master Buddha, who I did not yet know was an aspect of the ancient soul of Seth. Master Buddha described the mission to me clearly. She said we were to travel for the first time to the Big Island of Hawaii, and on March 3rd, go to the edge of the volcano known as Kilauea and hold ceremony. I was told that I was to assist in birthing the egg of Lemuria that was buried deep in hollow earth under the volcano. I contacted Grandma Chandra and Judith Moore, and both agreed that we were to accept this mission to birth the new golden Lemuria. The first Expand Your Consciousness Hawaii retreat was born, and 33 people came from various parts of the world to join us in our mission. 2 of them are here in my living room. Yeah. Somehow, even though this was my first big retreat, I felt comfortable with my part, as I am a seer, and I knew that our group had great love for Lemuria and for Mother Gaia. I knew that with the help of Kahuna Kalei from the Big Island and the group and the power of our group, we would be able to bring up the ancient egg. However, over many conversations with Master Buddha, I knew there was more, and I was uncomfortable in the unknowing of what our part would be. Master Buddha shared very little with me about this special mission, but she did tell me that we would be messengers for the golden dolphin to speak. After the volcano ceremony, our group was gathered by the rocks at the caldera, and it was time for the channel to be revealed. I remember that Judith Moore stood behind me to ground me, and Master Buddha began to speak through me. He told the story of a different universe a long time ago. The whales lived there on a planet and walked upright as humanoid beings. They had almost destroyed their planet with technology, and their planet was moving into an ice age. The golden dolphin, the avatar, came to them and told them to have faith and courage and prepare to leave their planet. The golden dolphin was their quote-unquote Christ child and brought hope and the energy of a new way to live in harmony with nature and each other. The golden dolphin told the whales to pack up and prepare to leave the planet and follow me to a new world. Some of the whales heeded the messenger and did follow the golden dolphin through space. They went through the Andromeda Stargate and arrived on the planet Sirius B. They started again, using the wisdom and knowledge they had gleaned, and became master geneticists in our galaxy. Now, years later, after the energies of 2012, we revisit the legend of the golden dolphin. Seth asks, can you see the golden dolphin in yourself? Seth further shares that it is about being the change that we want to see in the world. Let each of us embrace our inner golden dolphin and be fully present within the collective field of love as we are co-creating together. Can we participate in our unique way, holding freedom for each of us and peace in our hearts and in our actions? Let us each use our life force to join with all others today to go within to hold peace in our own hearts. When we are that golden dolphin, we become an ambassador among humanity. We then allow our love to ripple out into our communities and into our world, knowing that together, joined in love, we do make a difference. I encourage you to visualize being that golden dolphin in your everyday life. Every day. Then visualize, what does your world of peace look like? See it. Feel it. Know it is real because you declare it so. I know we would all wish for a world filled with goodness for all of the people everywhere. A world where everyone would just love. A world that would be laced with forgiveness and filled to the rim with hope for a shiny future. Blue skies and clean oceans. It would be a place filled with happy endings to every story, with true love, miracles, laughter, and undiluted joy. And most importantly, know you are creating this world of peace and harmony, just like the dolphins do and have already done. Know you are joining with many others worldwide that share your vision of freedom, support, and unconditional love for all life. Be love in every aspect of your lives, dear ones. I am the golden dolphin. I am Seth. So, umpteen times in my world, meditations, clients, coaching, healings, people, when I bring in Puda, they will see her as a dolphin, and they will see her as golden eyes and her golden energy. So remember, she teaches us that there are 12 aspects to the oversoul, and right now all 12 aspects are dedicated to Earth, where before we were dispersed throughout the galaxy or maybe even other universes, we don't know. But now, because of the importance of the ascension of the planet, and that, they say all eyes of the universe are on Earth and what we're doing here now, you don't really want to underplay your power. You don't ever really want to feel small now or insignificant, because everything that you do, and every day we sit together like this, we take more power into our body. We bring more light into our body. And there's no accident that we're the ones that are here to be the way showers now for the others. We are the Lemurians. We are the first ones to have come, and we're awakening to that. So it's appropriate that you would be the golden dolphin, that you would carry that energy. And you would encourage people to let go of the old crap, let it go. Even if it means moving or leaving your job or leaving a relationship, that it's time to move on. We have to let go of the old so the new can come in. That's the spirit of the dolphin, the golden dolphin specifically. So how's that feel? Yeah, feels good. So another good source, you kind of maybe have to look for it, is John Luc Mazzali and his art, Eye Within. He was one of the people when one of the first tours for the Golden Dolphin legend went across Australia. I think he was in his 20s or 30s, and he's got to be in his 60s now, 70s even. That they had these white vans, and Scott Taylor was one of them, and of course Peter was there, the guy that was carrying the legend. And he started to create this book, and wherever they went, they put another page in the book for the Golden Dolphin legend, and they'd stop in a community and go in and talk to people about the dolphins and about freedom and about letting go of the old ways, new laws. And John Luc would paint the vans. More people would join into the pilgrimage across Australia. This is in Australia, and he would paint the dolphins on the vans, and this is when his art started to be known worldwide. So it's been going on for a long time, and however it came to me, or why it came to me, or why Puda carries that energy is beyond me. I just know it's true. So I try to find that part of myself. I'll often try to think of the whale part of myself, but when I think of the dolphin, I try to think of a rainbow dolphin or a golden dolphin, that energy of really carrying the light and being the best representative that we can be. So anybody want to comment on any experience you've had with the legend or the golden dolphin? Anybody? Okay. It's kind of cool, isn't it? It's part of our history. It's very uplifting. Okay.
When was the first cetacean?
The question was, when was the first cetacean summit? Well, there was two. I think 2014.
14. I think it wasn't before the one we're just talking about.
It was after, yeah. Yeah, and Scott Taylor was asked to speak, but he didn't make it. I can't remember, something happened. It was a medical thing where he couldn't travel, so he was online, right? Yeah. Yeah, he's an amazing soul. Okay, so let's have a volunteer reader, either in the room or online. A little bit more work here. Volunteer. Okay, shall I call on you? Okay, I'm going to call on Mariah. Okay. We're going to do planetary purification. Oh, yeah, that first, yeah. I'll read this little one here. Love yourself beyond anyone or anything else. Love yourself so much that you can't do anything that doesn't make you love yourself more. Is that cool? That's Steve Wallace. I mean, if you have to look at everything you're doing, and does it make you love yourself more? Page 17. And Mariah's going to come over and read planetary purification. We got to get this Pleiadian energy in here. Oftentimes, so many times, people feel when I'm doing work with them that they'll say, the dolphins are Pleiadian, right? And I'm like, no, they're Syrian, but they work with the Pleiadians. So people think of them sometimes. They totally work with them.
Okay, planetary purification message from the Pleiadian Council of Light. Dear human children of light, you are now in the presence of a purification of your planet. For some, it is challenging to understand what you are witnessing and will witness. Do not try to comprehend what it is at hand from the human mind, as the changes we speak of are those of the heart and are inevitable. Many major energetic changes are happening and approaching in relationship to beautiful Gaia. The old ways must fall away that are not in alignment with truth and integrity. New thought processes are appearing that are originating from your hearts, bringing a new alignment of heart codes that will align each of you with your truth and the ultimate truth of the new earth. The destruction of the old is inevitable and must be embraced. Resistance to the necessary changes will only prolong the challenges, as all that is not of the light must be exposed, destroyed, and transmuted. The truth will be known as you awaken to your true creatorship. Each of you are magnificent beings capable of creating worlds and realities beyond your current state of consciousness. We ask you now to allow your awakening to quicken and come into your world without fear, embracing your own heart codes. This is the personal, and this is planetary. Each must find their way now as they walk through the challenges, holding the light, knowing inside that you are your own best healer. You are your own best teacher. As you allow your heart to open, you will know what is best for you and where you are to be, and even what is best for you to do. This is the time you have waited for, and you are the ones the world has been waiting for. Do not discount your own personal power now as it rises with the earth herself. You are in one of the most powerful portals of purification your planet has experienced. Embrace the purification process that is well underway and will result in changes in every single person's life. It is up to you as to how you react or remain neutral during the movement of the energies of change. As the portals on your planet open, the energy will rise to a central point in the middle of Earth. The axis wobble will be changed a few degrees, and many events of nature will occur. A massive cleansing process by Gaia and the elementals is already taking place. During this process, many ancient portal systems within the Earth will activate and significantly release the knowledge that has lain dormant for eons. Be prepared to hear your scientists say they have found proof regarding what your star brothers and sisters have been sharing for many years. More and more, you will hear reports of the new findings within your scientific community that will support these messages. The energy that is erupting up into the world now is coming from your own Gaia. What you are experiencing with this wave is a major pruning, sweeping of your earth energetically, physically, and mentally. It involves the cleansing of deep karma that must be released before Gaia can fully make her transition into the light. Please understand that the changes that are impacting your planet are the changes that have been set into motion many years ago. This is necessary to move your world closer to truth and unification. This is going to allow more and more of you to begin to awaken to your true, magnificent selves, awaken to your hearts, and to remember the true reason that you are all here now. You are here now to awaken to your creativity, to awaken to your individuality, and to the oneness of all of creation. Think of yourselves as a piece of the puzzle of life. The puzzle will not be complete until each piece is put into its perfect and right place. Each piece is a part of the whole, separate and unique, but yet united in the part that they will play as their own piece of all that is. When each piece is united, the whole will flow in color, harmony, musical tones, and direction. And then love and light and understanding will flow among you. This is not to say that you must give up everything. There is a sense of self that is now available for you to claim, while knowing you are completely loved and supported as a part of the whole. You came to Earth to be a unique and sovereign being, but you also came to put your piece into the puzzle and share your love and special gifts. Now is truly the time to be bold and confident as you focus your energy on claiming your own truth and many gifts that are a part of you. Now more than ever is the time for each of you to accept the different vibrational frequencies of each other, embracing your differences through forgiveness and acceptance of yourself and each other. This unison will lead you to make new choices outside of war and poverty. Here you will find freedom from lack and dis-ease. Once you are in tune with your own selves, you will find alignment with your own creative force. You activated hearts will be the place you want to live and create your lives from. Then the puzzle we speak of will create unity among you and Earth, and the humans upon her can finally join the Interplanetary Federation of Light. We are always with you, but today we speak out and ask you to begin to be the stewards of your own vibration. Vibration is everything, and you are the creator of yours. Hear us call, dear ones. Hear our message of love and empowerment. You are to look within and forgive yourselves and everyone around you. Use this great power of love that is given and cleanse yourself in your homes with the violet flame. Be the change you want to see in the world and stop trying to change everyone else. The changes you seek must occur and live within you. And now to the message from Gaia. Did you know that you are one that has asked to be alive on Earth right now to activate the grids, to work with the portal systems and be called to active duty during this time of ascension? Care for yourselves well and nurture your physical bodies. Be prepared to listen to the sounds and messages that are coming to you. Allow yourself to feel the physical changes that are occurring because your physical body is under tremendous change. Today is not like yesterday, and you are to become the stewards of your changing vehicles. So today, as we are gathered as a force of light, understand that these changes we speak of are suggested to help you in your preparation. Humans, you are called to duty. You are called to use your power and consciousness to raise your personal vibration and to offer it to your Earth Mother to assist her in cleansing and ascension. You will be called into duty many times, each time to activate the changing grid systems and to put your light and love into the waters. In doing so, you are a way shower for the other humans who are now just awakening to their true life purpose. Choose, beloved ones, to be part of the process of understanding and becoming an activated messenger of light. As you do so, you will move more easily between the dimensions and gain an understanding of what it means to be a multidimensional being of love. We love you. We are with you. We serve Earth and humanity through the vibration of love. Please know that each of you is dearly loved.
Anything else? Reed asked when I channeled that Pleiadian Council of Light. It's about 2 years. I know I need to put dates on things. Be helpful, huh? Yeah. So there's a lot of information, but everyone here has some connection to the Pleiadians. And we've talked about your DNA, that every single person has a part of your actual body is seeded by the Pleiadian energy. And some of you are more specifically from the Pleiadian star system and are here as ambassadors of that. So feel that Pleiadian part of yourself and connect to it and connect to that message and know that it's about the heart. It's about returning to the heart. You know that. It's like our world is finally waking up to the point that they know now that, or at least a large number of us on the planet know that living in the mind doesn't work. You know, if we look at our history, civilizations have risen and fallen and risen and fallen, and wars and conquer this and conquer that, and what does it achieve? Even our financial system, Wall Street, you know, the banking system's failing. We have to look at what does work and what doesn't work now. And part of that is timed to this moment and forward from this moment, being that our DNA is being activated that has been dormant, that has kept us in that energy of duality and not allowed us to awaken to the truth. So I think and look at the last maybe 10 years of your life and you've seen a significant shift. And then look at maybe the last 5 years and see how it's accelerated. Now look at the last 2 and see, are you accelerating even faster now? You know, maybe making shifts every week, every month where you really feel a difference has occurred for you in the way you see things, or maybe you've let go of something. In module 1, we just touched on the layers of DNA and learning the lessons of love. So that's ongoing. I don't think there's a human on the planet yet that's conquered every single lesson. Maybe there are. Maybe there's a few humans that have. But most of us still have a lot of work to do. But we've come a long ways as well. We've also flushed a lot of karma. We're very clear on how many of you now feel like when you're creating karma, you can tell and you immediately stop. If you see yourself moving into a judgment, maybe you raised your voice, and somebody pushes the anger button that's not completely sanded down, and you stop and you just go, wait a minute, I'm creating karma. This feels really yucky. My vibration's dropping. You know, it's just not worth it. It's almost like you look at a big mud puddle out there, and maybe when you're a kid, you'd go out and throw yourself in the mud puddle and it was fun. But then you got to come back and get a lot of cleaning, right? You got to have the shower and wash your hair, and you have to go through all that. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm saying maybe we just now don't really want to throw ourselves in the mud puddle anymore, which is the drama and the chaos. Yeah. Like I'm thinking of the Cryon parable. Kuda has just finished a channeling class. It was really great. Some of you were in it, where she said we should watch the parable of the tar pit, which is Cryon's first channel at the UN. And the goal is to walk through the tar pit without getting dirty. So, and even if you never spoke a word, believe me, the other people are going to notice, look, that person's not getting dirty. You know, they're walking right through the same tar I'm walking through. They're not getting dirty. So that people would notice and they would be impacted by what we now call heart math, right? With the field that you're generating from your heart becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. And then beyond that, people start to study Merkaba, activate their Merkaba. And then, you know, they're holding 110 miles of energy wherever you go, or more even. Your field becomes so large that, you know, you realize that if you're going to go into anger or chaos or fear, you're going to affect a big level of people around you. You're going to tip over their vases and, you know, break their statues. I mean, with your anger. So you become very conscious of that, so that you don't want to, and you just want to find more ways to be joyful. So, yeah. Come on up.
I'm not all that much into astronomy, but I just had a hearing that Uranus just moved into Taurus, which for the next 8 years is going to be waking people. Instead of Uranus wakes people up, and Taurus is a very grounded, what do we want? What makes us comfortable? What would we like in our beautiful homes kind of energy? So it's like people across the planet are going to be affected with this waking up energy. So yay, we're yeah.
Okay, come up here. Carolyn.
I also heard that in July 1st through August, most of the planet is going to be on one side of the sun. How normally in planets, you have the sun and then all the planets are all around. Well, starting in July through August, all the planets, not like 95% of the planets are going to be energy. They're all going to be on one side. Yeah. So instead of all around, it's all going to be on this side. Yes. All at once. From July through August.
It shares. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we have to remember that what's making these shifts occur? What's making everybody wake up to dolphins and whales and to healing and to being kind and generous? Sun, the solar codes. The photonic light, because remember, we're bioluminescent beings, okay? We're biological and we're light carriers. So when we can receive more codes and hold that light in our body, it's a good thing. Yeah. Speaking of that, it's a good time for the read it. The light. Good time for the. Oh, I have to find it though. Oh no, I have to find it. No, our mantra. The dolphin and whale energy medicine creates a crystalline matrix in the human form, activating dormant DNA and allowing the human to carry more light, thus preparing them for ascension. So that's our mantra. It's in both manuals. So kind of cool. And it's making me think of a thing that I wanted to write, and I'm sure I didn't get to it yet, is the supplemental pages. There aren't as many for Module 2 so far, but I haven't gotten them to you yet. And one of them is on dragons. And after we get into process today, this afternoon, I'm going to send you more processes as we go along, because each layer of DNA has one process as a suggestion. Well, it's way not going to be enough. I mean, not in my world. So I'm going to be sending you more supplemental stuff and more channels, that are not yet recorded, and that will be helpful for you. Okay. That's all I wanted to say. Okay, now I've lost my place. Thanks. Let's have a volunteer reader. Okay, Candace, take it away. I love it when you can go to school in bed. She looks so cool.
Right.
Awesome. No, it's great.
Okay. Dolphins and star children.
You got to be louder. Yeah, can't hear you.
To me. Okay. Better?
Yeah?
Yes. Okay. Dolphins and star children. The dolphins teach us that during this time of great transition, many new arrivals of star beings are arriving in the next few waves as star children. These children have been called the rainbow or crystal children. They are pure souls, very innocent to the workings of a polarized planet in duality. Many of them are arriving with their memories intact. They will not need to go to school to learn the basics. They will simply download math, science, physics, language, and so much more. The dolphins are asking that we as adults recognize them and encourage them on their path. They will need assistance to fully embrace their gifts and grow up to be adults that can maintain their purity in peaceful ways. They will not fight, as their DNA is more calibrated to the new earth than most others. They are the way showers and are to be nurtured and taken to places of nature. They will need quiet time alone to communicate with their guides and angels. One of the most important things we can do is to get them together with other star children, regardless of their ages. They will recognize each other and encourage each other to step up to use their gifts. They already have a high degree of consciousness within them, and they are ready to embrace their empowerment. The dolphins are issuing a challenge to the adults. We must bring these souls to the dolphins so they can interact. The dolphins will further activate their mastery and further calibrate their DNA. We are also to find ways to assist them in their creative expression through helping create camps, new school programs, classes, books, and magazines. Everyone can help nurture these advanced souls and welcome them to Earth. And then, note, I have helped to create, this is Lori talking, I have helped to create a nonprofit corporation, California 501c3, where the funds go to give free seats to children and teens to go out on a boat trip and see wild and free dolphins. We can always use your help. Thank you. DolphinsLoveKids.com for more information.
Yeah. Really fun. Really great. And the dolphins have told me from the beginning it would go around the world. So we have Barbara, who's not physically with us in class, working on the website. We've got people, helping with create flyers and brochures and put them out, distribute them. At one point, we wanted to have the trips going out in Florida and another person in Kauai. Next year, I'd like to take it to the Big Island. I believe in it. I do. And so, number one, if you know anybody's got $10 with nothing to do with it, send it to Dolphins Love Kids because it goes to good cause. Somebody can afford $49. It goes to buy a seat for a child where you get a gift card back. When we gift the seat to the kid, they color you a picture and say thank you to you. And it's very touching, It's like the circle of life, and we're teaching them. And then we have people, of course, that donate more, which is really great, which has really helped the program stay on its feet. And, like 4 to 6 times a year we just did one in April to take the kids out to see the dolphins in Wales. It's so rewarding. It was really fun. Reed was there.
Yeah. Do you have any boats that you can go out of LA?
Well, I think we could find one. She asked if we could find a boat up in LA.
My son is a teacher.
Okay, let's talk about this another time because we could find one. Yeah. She's saying her son's a teacher up in LA and we could maybe get a classroom full of kids. So, yeah. Really. So, you're wanting to help. You don't have to be here in Southern California to help. We need people to spread. Mostly, we need people to help with fundraising now. So, it's really great. Okay, so I want to talk about our dolphin guides now. And I want to do a little process to help you meet them. Some of you already have met your dolphin guides and you know them. You work with them, especially people who worked with me. And some of you haven't. And I think first step is to get comfortable with your dolphin guides. And the next step is to maybe integrate that into the healing. I haven't done that yet with my clients that are, I'm going to say, not long-term clients. But my guidance is telling me now, and it's happening kind of naturally without me doing too much about it. I used to have what I called a spiritual life coaching program. And basically it started out where you'd work with me for 3 months, once a week, and we would work on your telepathy. You'd meet your guides and talk about your spiritual origins and work on things in your life together to move through the blocks, right? To help people create new businesses, all kinds of things, whatever it is they want to do, move out of relationships. But most important, get the third eye and the heart connected so that they're telepathic again. And so, and some of you are thinking of Cindy. Cindy and I are working together now. So it's been very enjoyable for me, but it always ended up being connected to my healing program, which is sort of flying under the radar. I told you when I started Module 1, I was not really wanting it to be public because I didn't want to say that we could heal cancer or that we could do this. You don't want to make claims like that because some people are healed of everything that come to us. Some people have had their backs repaired, bones go back in place, even eyesight. I've seen all these miracles. But we all know now that we do our own healing. So the dolphins and whales assist us, but they work with the higher part of you. So if you're not in your physical body ready to release an emotional block or a disability, then the whales can't do it. You know, they can't. They have to work for you, basically, is what I'm saying. The God part of you, the spirit part of you. So as more of us connect to our higher selves, then the third eye comes online. People start coming into the heart. They stop living a limited life, and they know they can create whatever they want. It's a process. Happens very quickly for some people. Happens more slowly for others. But the bottom line is, it does happen. If you put your energy and attention into changing the way you live, the way you eat, the way you exercise, the way you interact in the world, your life's going to change. That's it. You're the creator. It will change. So meeting the dolphin guides is just an asset to that. It's bringing in the higher level of joy. And it started for me, gosh, how can I say? I was having the dolphin experiences in Mexico and seeing physical dolphins every day. And then when I'd be up in where I used to live in Chula Vista, I shared a house with a lady and her daughter, and we had a swimming pool. And I go out in the swimming pool, and I started to see, just sitting by myself, like sitting on the step, you know, the water started to swirl and the water started to move, and it made me very nervous. I didn't get it, you know. I think I thought it was ghosts or something. I don't know what I thought. I didn't realize it was dolphins. It took me a while to connect to that, and I would ask if I should get out of the water. If, you know, I mean, I didn't know. You know, I still had a lot of fear. As a lot of us do. And so it took a while for me to realize the energy I'm seeing in the pool moving was etheric dolphins, and that it was there. It would only happen when I was in the water or I came near the water, and then it got bigger. You know, of course, the energy got bigger. I can't tell you the whole story, but it happened, and I connected to them. And then, well, the story here about me meeting my dolphin guides is here, so I think I'll read this one. Okay, so I want you to feel into it. I want you to let your energy shift as they come in. Okay. So many years ago, the Pleiadians shared with me that the dolphins were not just in the water in the ocean. They told me they would come to me in the etheric as guides and continue to assist me when I was not seeing them in the ocean. They told me that there are enough dolphin beings here on Earth now for everyone on the planet to have 3 dolphin guides. At that time, I was seeing the same dolphins in front of my beach house in Baja, Mexico almost every day, and I really wanted to have more of that energy and fun in my life. So one day I came into my room in the home I was living part-time in Chula Vista. It was twilight, and there were 3 beautiful upright dolphins standing in my room. They were silvery and prismatic and about 8 to 10 feet tall. There were 2 that were 8 and one was like 10. I stood there in awe, taking it all in, and then I freaked for a moment and I jumped backwards. They disappeared. I immediately was sad, and I called up to them to come back. It took some time for the next time they appeared, but I was ready and not afraid. I began to look forward to seeing them and then talking with them. They showed me that they could also show themselves to me in the swimming pool, and that the energies I'd been seeing were them as they moved through the water, spinning and creating and moving water currents. To this day, I take people out to my pool to see the etheric moving and playing dolphins. Everyone is amazed when they see them, and it is just one more way I can tell people about the dolphins and show them how to bring them into our lives. So if you look at the picture of my pool, you can actually see almost like a physical form of the dolphin. And if I was to bring that picture up, which I will, I'll do that after lunch, I'll bring it up. You can see it in color. It's actually swimming out of a whale. You can see the whale. You can see like the striations of the whale. But the little black and white picture when I reduced it down. But you can see the dolphin's nose, can't you? And the fins and everything. So usually they don't show themselves that clearly. They're usually more just like moving noses and stuff, but they're making an effort. So, oh, cool. So let's meet your 3 dolphin guides, or let's bring in your dolphin guides if you already know them. Today, we enter our sacred heart space and lovingly summon our 3 dolphin guides to come to us. Attune to your inner child. Visualize yourself with them now and open to discovery and the creative passion they can assist you with. See yourself swimming and splashing with them, and know they will come to you because they love you. As you begin to interact, let them tickle your curiosity. Everyone wants more fun in their lives and more playtime. Raise your fun factor together and open a dialogue when you are ready. Who are they? What are their names? Trust the intuitive information they share with you as it comes in. It might feel like you're making it up, but move into faith and trust and know you are connecting now with your dolphin guides. So as always, I'm going to make it a meditation. So why don't you guys put your blindfolds on? We'll take a few minutes. I'm going to bring in dolphin sounds so you can really have this experience. And if somebody doesn't have one, come to the third drawer here. Help yourself. We're going to play with some dolphins. Yeah. Move into your heart. Remember how to arc into your heart or drop into your heart. Surrendering the mind. And in your own way, you can say it out loud or telepathically. Say, I want to bring in my 3 dolphin guides. Bring them in right now. In my mind's eye, they're swimming in a circle around you. And I'm just like, moving into tickling you and nudging you. Open to the experience of how they approach you. If you haven't already done so, connect your heart energy now to your third eye. Just run the heart energy upward. Illuminate the third eye so it's glowing, it's growing, it's very bright, getting brighter, brighter, brighter. And now with your eyes closed or your blindfold on, you're going to rotate the third eye forward. And connect to the dolphins and ask them to stop swimming and to come face to face with you in front of you. Beam your third eye energy into the dolphins. And immediately you receive an infusion of love and energy back into your heart. It's like they push a wall of light right into you. Now bring that energy that they just gave you. It might look very green, it might look purple, it might have rainbows. Mine's looking very green. Bring it up to the third eye again. Rotate the third eye forward and beam it back into the dolphins. And now the dolphins are pushing it back to you. For me now it's turning gold. So you're creating a triangle from your heart to your third eye to the dolphins back to your heart. Focus on that triangle of energy and let it build. This is where you can communicate. Some of you it will be words, others it will be a sensation or a feeling that you'll translate into words. Some of you will see them, some all of the above. So if you haven't already started a dialogue, ask them some questions. Trust that still small voice that's in your heart now. It might feel like you're making it up. It might feel like you're talking to yourself. This is how it's going to be until you learn their energy and you learn how they would speak to you through their voice. Trust that. Dolphins are some of the easiest beings in the world to talk to because they have the same chakra system, same energy that we do, even though it's more advanced. Ask them to help you with your ability to channel them. Move into deep love and the gratitude that you have for your life so that they can really come in, because it's that high vibration they want to share with you. So you have to move out of feeling alone now to really experience this. Very supportive. Ask them to share a little journey with you now, or take you on a journey, share you a little bit about what they do and who they are, and how that this relationship that you're forming now will be effective in your personal life and in the Dolphin School. And some of you will get a visual, and others will trust the words that come. It's very real. Allow it to be. You haven't already asked them for their names? Ask them now. It'll be a lot more fun to play when you can know their names. Okay, ask them to bring you back now from your journey. You can always go again. Start coming back now into your body, making a deeper connection with you. When you're ready, I'll have you come back and jot down some of the information, their names, a little bit of your dialogue on a piece of paper so you can remember. Most important thing when you connect with them is this high level of joy. Just know that it's always experiential and it's always unexpected, it's always fun. Radiant blessings, dear one. The dolphins say we bring you great joy and more love. We are your dolphin guides. So we're going to take a few minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, so you can write what your experience was. You can share it and keep it in your manual and build on it. We'll take this time now just to journal, to really have the, some kind of written journal of what's happening. And if you're having any trouble, continue with the heart and the third eye, doing affirmations of self-love and gratitude. Sometimes too, the dialogue unfolds once you put the pen in your hand and they'll start to talk to you more. That's certainly how I did the manual. All right, I'm going to be quiet so you guys can enjoy your journaling. Back now? But don't tell him goodbye. Tell him to stay. None of these dolphins. Okay. Okay. Was that fun? Anybody want to share on your dolphins' little dialogue or their names or what happened? Also, if you've done it before, if this was a new one.
I'd like to share, if you can hear me.
Yeah.
The very first dolphin that came out said his name was Mark and that he was my brother Mark.
Okay.
As a dolphin, and the twin, he's a twin. And so I guess my guides are my twin brothers in their dolphin form.
Wow. And your brother's passed over?
No.
Oh, no, he's a twin. Okay. So he's like an aspect.
Both of them are here and they're just showing me all these flips and they're, you know, taking me in the water with each one of them on either side. You know, it's just too bizarre because they don't believe in this at all, but they would be the perfect dolphins.
You want to hear, Seth just said, what you believe in has nothing to do with who you are.
So it still doesn't feel, it feels right in some way because they're so playful, and they've always been, when we were young, just had so much fun and flipping off of bridges and really a lot of brave.
Okay.
And that's what they were doing as dolphins. And it was cool.
Wonderful. Well, I think you should trust it. I do. And I think you should, you don't necessarily have to think of these aspects of them as your brothers. You can, because there are people, one of the things we're going to further explore is the star lineage information. I think you've done some of it with me. And the cetaceans are a race. Okay. They are a very advanced race. So good job, Brenda. Yeah. Who else wants to share? Candace.
Okay. So I got the message to surrender to all that is not of the Most High, and that the dolphins can help me to do this.
Yeah.
Ask, says, it is hard for the human mind to move through this pathway, needing self-protection. Something around that.
Can you talk louder?
So sorry. I'll put it closer. My speaker obviously isn't that great. Let me get back again. It is hard for the human mind to move through this pathway, needing the self-protection. We can energetically show you that you are completely safe in this new path. So that was like the way of me saying what I was feeling of when just now when I was being brought into that, like there's part of me that was like scared of, like, are you sure? Like I need the old ways of being that I've been, but then I saw a whole template of a new way. And so through that template, I felt safe to surrender to it. And so they're helping me sort of step into that new template.
Good. The girls are asking if you could repeat the first part because you were still too soft.
The first part was surrender to all that is not of the Most High. So that's what that is all about. And that the dolphins can help me do this.
Yes, they can. They are very high. Like I said, you don't channel dolphins unless you're in a pretty great mood.
Yeah. So,
good.
And then the names I got were Cicero. And I was like, why are you Cicero? Because I am the one who creates worlds. I was like, okay.
That they are.
And then the other one is Sergeant. Sergeant, why are you Sergeant? I am that till I am not. I am here to help you step up into your glory. And then the third one is Glory. And Glory is I am the one that you are.
Wow. Good job, Candace. It's empowering. Yeah, very empowering. Good. Who else to share? Jane, did you want to share?
Just unmuting. Yeah.
Would you like to share?
Yeah. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah. What I found as soon as you started that I couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah.
Me, the energy just came in as absolute laughter to start with.
Yeah.
And I got the names. I got Happy, Smiley, and Joy.
Works for me.
And I got Happy was very much a male kind of dolphin, and he was always bouncing around. It was like jumping up a bit like a kangaroo. And Smiley just had this big smile that when you asked us to look at him, just came in front of me and stuck the smile there. And Joy was female and incredibly graceful and standing back rather like a mother figure and circling around in a very graceful way. And I got We Always Will Be With You, calling us all time in your work. And if you ever want, this is what I thought was interesting, if you ever want an idea, just straight away say, do it the dolphin way. And whatever I'm doing, it'll come instantly if I've got my mind as a dolphin. So we can help you lighten the energy when I'm doing my sound healing too, to bring in a much lighter energy. Before, they wanted me to do it at the beginning and the end, so weave us into your journey. And then they asked me to come on a journey with them by playing some music, because when we started going into a journey, I saw myself swimming with them. Like I became the fourth dolphin.
Yay.
And we were out swimming in the ocean, and they said to do that often because it'll cleanse and revive me. So yeah, we love you, we're always with you, and just keep calling us. So quite amazing.
Wow, I'm impressed. And I like to do it the dolphin way. I think we should make t-shirts. Do it the dolphin way. You know? And not to be, scandalous or anything, but everyone knows what dolphins do most of the day, right? Everyone know? They make love. I mean, they're in, what is it called when there's a whole group of people that want to make love together? What's it called? Orgy. They're the orgy experts. Yeah. We were on the boat. We were watching, like imaginary, the dolphins were talking, and I think I was standing next to Joni, and a dolphin came by, and he just said to the dolphin, "Want to make love?" And she said, "Of course." And so off they went. I mean, it's like they ask, but I mean, the answer is, unless she's busy with her kid, it's going to be, yeah, baby. They're all about pleasure, which is, isn't that nice that we're from that realm, and we're going back, little by little, let go of the pain, go back to pleasure. And they're very touchy-feely. I mean, they like to, rub each other, and the humans are that way when they're happy. Thanks. Okay, who else? Okay, comes Reed. All right.
Well, hello. So I just when we were reading about all the children and the new children coming in, this was my granddaughter and daughter on a boat trip here in the Lake Tahoe, but it's like the fun, the little kid. And so my dolphin journey was a children's book, and it was a little dolphin coming to play with another little dolphin, and the one had sort of a rainbow aura, and I go, how'd that happen? Well, my mommy just had a new baby, and it came in rainbowy, like, oh, cool. And then kind of rubbed off, and the one dolphin went back to his family, and he sort of had the aura, and they're going, huh, cool. And all the little babies being born some of them had rainbow auras, but some of them were actually rainbow dolphins, and it was like the whole pod. So, it's like they started with babies, and they all sort of became rainbow dolphin tribe or something. So it was like cool, because the new babies coming in are pretty amazing. So to kind of program the kids when little sister and brother come in, wow, cool. So yes, I am. I'm gonna paint the pictures and do the book. Next time.
Yeah. All right. Who else? Anybody else? None. We're good? Brenda. Okay, gotta unmute.
This isn't quite, it's kind of on the same wavelength, because I've been talking to babies telepathically from my heart. And I had to make this, for me, an image of a little green speaker. And once I did that, I was able to move the words and bypass my projection of those words out of this little speaker that I imagine. It's really helped me a lot. My new dog hears everything I say now, and every baby's waving at me, and the parents are like, who is that person in the store? So I don't know if that's helpful to anyone. I don't have the other side of it coming back still. I still am not hearing them.
But you will.
But yeah. So
stay in your heart.
Yeah. The little baby green speaker.
I love it.
Yeah. Thanks.
Good job, Brenda. Good. On another note, I sometimes I think I tell the same stories over and over, but when we think about the new children, my personal experience was talking to James Twyman. He hasn't been, I don't think, in San Diego for a few years, but last conversation with him was that he'd come back from singing his songs. He has the beloved community, and he's known as the Peace Troubadour. He plays guitar and sings songs. He does a lot of stuff. But he's been known for going to, Palestine, Israel, and, Iran, and to the war-torn countries. and meeting with the youngsters and meeting with the teenagers to help them prepare, and had formed quite a relationship over there with his group of volunteers. Anyway, the last time he was there, I guess it was pretty bad. It was pretty unsafe, to be there for United States people to go over there. But they invited him into one of the caves, and they told him that they were waiting for their parents to die because they wouldn't fight. They were not going to go to war. So made me think of the story of when Moses took the Israelites out of Egypt and they wandered in the desert 40 years, 40 years, right, before they could go into the promised land. And it's like this generation has to wake up and heal and transmute their karma, or they have to pass off the planet for the true peace to come in. So this is what we're helping people do for ourselves first and for others, is to clear our karma so we can be ready in our bodies for the new earth. But it made me so happy to know, because I've always felt when I connected to the kids, because for years I was a dance teacher working with kids, I watched the kids change over the years. I watched them get kinder and nicer and better with the young kids, and not like kids were bullies when I was in school. They were mean and cliquey, and the teachers say it's not so much like that anymore. The kids are, I'm sure there's still some bullying, but they're nicer, and the DNA that has been dormant is awakened in them, and they're lifting up the little kids and letting them make the basketball and make the, I don't know, it's just better. But I like to know that the kids that are over in those war-torn countries won't fight. It makes me feel really good. I really like that. I'm sweet.
It's the same vein, but whenever I go in a grocery store anywhere, there's always babies and the moms and I'm just like, I see you and I'm glad you're here. And they're like, yeah, I'm here. It's like the little kids are just like, they are vibing it, definitely. And the moms are, oh, they're so cute. I said, yeah, they're really cute. You kick some butt.
I always say to the babies telepathically, welcome to Earth, You can do it. Okay. Anybody else? Last call for lunch?
Yes, Lori. Can you
Okay.
hear me?
I can.
Okay, it's Cindy. And
Hi, Cindy.
hi. I'm kind of in my, where I'm at basically, but I did, what I noticed was that I immediately go into this rather like old patterning. So, because I feel, oh my God, I don't have the answers. And then my brain thinks it has to come up with answers, like from my brain, not from my knowingness. And so I decided I would work with that, and I just kept bringing in, I would just, acknowledge, okay, that's there, and then just bring in the energy of allowance.
Yes.
I feel like I need to be allowing, and I'm, so I'm working with this pattern, and that came to me on it, to just keep going back to allowing, to the energy of allowing.
Good, Cindy. Good. So important.
I did see just the slight purple color when I had my mind pulled on.
Good.
And at one point I felt pressure in my brain, a slight pressure. And so I did the dolphin whale breaths. Like I took some deep breaths in and pictured dolphin love, and then took that in to my heart, and then I blew out the whatever, the debris, the negativity into the ocean.
Good.
So I did feel some tingling on my right leg, and I noticed this a lot, like it feels like a place where I'm receiving something. I don't know why it's my right upper thigh, which is rather strange, but I'm noticing that at different times. So then at one point I felt a lot of heat in my whole body, and then that went away. And I wanted to ask, I did get names, but I feel like I totally made them up with my mind brain. And I wanted to ask if I'm allowed to have Puda give me the names.
Well, it's better if they come to you, because even if it feels like you're making it up, see, that's your relationship with them. You should trust that. You should trust that. And we'll talk more in our session about that. But for right now in school, I want you to trust what you're getting. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, good. Anybody else? Okay. All right, guys, we're going to take an hour break, have some lunch. It's 1:20, so we're going to be back at 2:20. And I'm going to show you a little bit of video of Hawaii and those beautiful dolphins. And you guys, Cindy was there with us actually when we did that. And then we're going to get into the healing work. Okay, I'm going to dive in. See you in an hour.
1 hour.
You.